T minus 50 seconds. T minus 40 seconds. T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Shout out to Kopish.
Shout out to Kopish, guys.
Keep all the good work
the
up.
two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that guy.
Yeah.
You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kopish.
What it do? What it do? What it do, people? Welcome to Kopish Friday. What's everyone saying? It's a drifty takeover tonight. No, I'm playing. The boys will be joining me in a bit. Both are running late. There's traffic on the roads. There is some serious traffic on the roads. But what's everybody saying? Big up, everyone. No, not today, Jody. Not today. What, 2 minutes? Come on. I got to be honest with you guys as well. Sometimes it's a little bit better for the algorithm when you're a couple of minutes late because it gives everybody a chance to jump in. Know it's been live. The notification goes around. We want everybody in from as close to the beginning as possible so you don't miss anything, you know? Come on. Got to make sure that everybody's here for the entire show. But now, big up everyone. What is going on? Man like Luke in the building. What's good? Man like Jerry. Yo, Jerry, you got some explaining to do today, brother. You got some explaining to do. Hopefully you can jump on. But now, big up everyone. Man like Sean in the building as always. Now, big up everyone. Big up. And also Jamie in the building as well. Big up Jamie as always. So yeah, man like Matt. Come on, bruv. What's going on? Man like John in the building. Make sure you go and check all of these guys' channels out as well, guys. John, Jerry, who else did I just see is in the building? Hold on a minute. Jamie, what's going on, Jay? Man like John, as always, big up self. Oh yeah, Jamie, Jerry, all you guys, make sure you, John, put your channel links in the chat for everybody so everybody knows where they can find you guys. Make sure everybody go over there and smash a subscribe on everybody's channels, man. We're one big community here. Let's support everyone. TSF, I've been out all day, bro. Man City are spending again. How do we beat them? Let me know in the chat, guys. I haven't seen any football talk since this afternoon when I did the show. The Summer Daily Show. So let me know, guys. Who are they buying? Who is it now? They bought Haaland before. Who they getting now? Let me guess. Who's like the biggest prospect? Bellingham. What are they doing? They're gonna go and hijack the Bellingham deal, are they? Oh, is it Phillips? Okay. Look, when you can have Calvin Phillips as a backup, yeah, I don't really know how you compete with that. 45 mil, yeah, right. That's a lot less than I thought I'd have to pay. I thought I'd have to pay about 60 for him. English tax and all that. How was City managing to get a British player in his peak for only 45 mil? How's that possible? And he got about 2 or 3 years on his deal as well. Man like Hacks, what's going on, bro? Drift takeover, yeah? Yeah, for the minute. You know what I mean? I'm going to wait for the boys to get in, then I'm going to bring everyone in as always. Just want to make sure the boys are in before the room gets packed because it is very, very difficult for the boys to get in once the room is packed. So I want to give the boys a chance. Hold on. John, talk to me. I've been manifesting the two, but what is there something I need to know? It has been hella dry news today. Hella dry news. I haven't seen any good news, any Liverpool transfer news, anything for a minute. Big up yourself. And big up all the members as well. Big up all the members. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying all the stuff we've been dropping for you. We've got some more brilliant ideas and topics and stuff coming over the weekend and into the beginning of next week for you guys. So we're looking forward to that. We're going to squeeze in another members only call-in show as well next week. So don't worry, we got that coming for you guys as well. So yeah, big up all the members, man. Let me know what you lot are drinking today. If you're on any drink, even if it's a soft drink, apple juice. Let me know, guys, what you are. You know what's crazy about this one, Ash, yeah? I looked at his injury record, right? And the year that we just went through, he was hella injured, like hella injured. He was badly injured for the majority, and it really, really made Leeds struggle. I can't lie, it really made them struggle. But to be honest with you, when I looked at his injury record before last year, he wasn't really that injured. I don't think he's injury prone. I just think he went through what you would just consider a really bad year. Do you know what I mean? Like if you lot remember maybe 2 or 3 years ago, what season would it have been? Would it have been 18-19? Maybe 18-19 when the year when we won the Champions League and City won the league. They didn't have De Bruyne for the majority of that year. Now he was out for weeks that year. And it was credit to them that they actually managed to win the league with him injured. But he hasn't really been injured that often since. Do you know what I mean? So you wouldn't consider De Bruyne an injury-prone player. He just had an injury-ridden season. Do you know what I mean? That's how I would put it. Man, like Demo in the building. What's going on, bro? Right, I'm drinking my tears from the tacky cell. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I thought about you when that happened. I must admit, but I felt it too. When I heard that we were letting him go. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's a bad idea. Man, like Jody, it's early. I can't drink, bro. You can have orange juice. You can have some. I don't know. Do you guys in Canada? Do you guys drink Kool-Aid? Like I don't know. Like yeah, have a little soft drink. I mean, I don't advise anybody to drink Kool-Aid anymore. It is actually insane how much sugar you have to put in Kool-Aid. It is diabetes in a glass. There he is.
Evening, guys.
What's going on?
Yeah, traffic, strikes, everything.
Yeah, brother. No. It's nuts. Your mic's a little low, G.
How is it? Hold on. It is indeed.
Yeah, I was, Sean. I was just because it's a Friday, bro. Other than apple juice, because my brother here, I don't know what you drink on a Friday if it's not alcohol. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Like, tell me, Cal, on a Friday when you don't drink alcohol, other than apple juice, what do you drink, bro? What is it?
Apple and mango, maybe.
Apple and something. What? Yeah, apple ties are a little fizzy to just make it a little, you know.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie. I've seen the comments. I've seen Cal looks tired. The trim. I'm in a bad way, you man. I'm not even gonna lie. Like life's catching up with me in a hurry, and I'm running, but it's just running faster at the moment. So,
yeah. I hear that, bro. I hear that.
First super chat. Ishan says, "Do you think not buying any midfielder and letting Mane go makes us a top 4 team rather than a title challenging team?"
To a degree, yeah. I'm gonna have to see the evidence otherwise.
I'm gonna speak as things stand right now. I think we finished second in the league.
Me too, yeah.
As things stand right now, I don't see how we bridge the gap between us and City right now, especially after losing Mane, not adding to the midfield. They've added Haaland and Alvarez. I think people are sleeping on Alvarez as well. That's a very big signing for them.
And if Sterling goes, Alvarez will play a lot more than we thought he would as well. I think if Sterling stayed, maybe he wouldn't. But if Sterling goes, he'll get a lot more game time, I reckon.
Shout out to Daps. After speaking to Daps the other day on the show, I don't see Sterling leaving.
Do you not know?
No.
I think Chelsea are going to push hard to get him because he's going to be like their marquee signing, bro. You know, the new regime always want to make that signing that gives everyone a lift. I think Sterling will be the one they try and do, you know.
But the question is, does Sterling want to go there?
I don't think Chelsea is a step down in
No,
regards
I'm
to...
not saying it's a step down, but he might just not want to go there. Like,
that is true. I mean, it is a step. It is a step down.
Yeah,
City fans, don't come at me. Everywhere after City is a step down. So what I mean is, it's the best level you can go when you leave City, if that's what. Yeah.
I mean, sorry, I'm even looking at the chat. Is Calvin Phillips complete as well?
Yeah, apparently 45 million they're getting him for, bro.
How much?
They're not even English tax. They're not even having to pay the English tax, bro. They're just getting him for 45, bro.
So that replaces Fernandinho.
Yeah.
And I'm hearing obviously Cucurella's going there as well, it seems like.
Yeah. Do you know what? He's a brilliant player, Cucurella, you know.
Well, this is what I said. I said at the beginning or the end of the season, City need to strengthen their striking position, someone to replace Fernandinho and left back. They've done it. Or in the process of doing it. If they've done that as well as they've just won the league, I don't want to come across negative. Do you know what? I'm not even going to say that because with all due respect to everyone here, if you watch the show long enough, you'll know that I'm not negative in it. But I'm going to just be real. In my opinion, I don't see how we catch City unless we add to our squad when they've added to theirs and are still adding. The only way I think we do it is if we bin off the other competitions and we just solely focus on the league.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though, bruv. Yeah, you know, like, big up to my brethren, Si. He knows who he is if he ever sees this. Today we were talking, and
big up, Si, man.
He basically he sent me. You know what? Let me actually upload it. Let me do it. Let me show you what he sent me. Because sometimes when you see when you look at something.
To answer your question, Goonally, we'd have to go backwards to catch you. So there we go.
I don't know if you saw this. This was what I was talking about earlier with the people. That's the odds, bro. So I don't know if you agree with that in terms of who will win the league. That's what the bookmakers are calling it at the moment. Do you agree with that? Do you disagree with that?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Arsenal should be higher than Man United as things stand right now.
Do you think so? Yeah.
100%, bro.
Yeah. No, I'm not even saying that you're. I'm not even saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that.
Oh, bro, Man United have, as things stand right now, Man United are not even. They might not even get top 6 as things stand right now.
Yeah,
they shouldn't even be in the title conversation. With all due respect to them, Newcastle might all finish above Man United if they're not careful. I'm not even taking the mick here, but think about it.
I hear you, brother. I hear you.
Like, they've had a bag of man leave on a free. They brought no one in so far. Bro, it's not looking good over there.
No,
I'm loving it. Don't get me wrong. I'm loving it, but Arsenal should be ahead of them. In terms of the listing, I do think. I mean, how the listing was there. That's how I think the season will end. Apart from Man U, I think Arsenal finish above United.
Yeah, no, you know, I'm only doing it because Lee's in the chat. Arsenal finish above Man United as it stands. Yeah. But if Ten Hag does get in the players that he wants, I think it does change the dynamic a little bit. If he gets Timber, if he gets the De Jong, and if he gets Anthony, apparently though it's because he's worried he won't get any first team football. I think in the next 3 weeks, Ten Hag might convince him because I think he's going to watch Harry Maguire in training and go, guys, I don't care how much he costs.
You don't have to watch him in training.
No, but you know, sometimes people come in and go, I'm going to let everybody start from fresh and everybody is, you know what I mean? Like, I reckon he's going to see Harry Maguire in training for a couple games and go, couple training sessions and go, I need this Timber guy. I'm not starting this guy. I don't care how much he costs you guys. I'm not starting this guy. So we'll see.
But to Newcastle, I'm seeing in the chat as well.
His hype's died down, but that's a good move for them, though, especially after getting Pope. Yeah, man. Newcastle. Newcastle are gonna.
That Pope deal's gone under the radar. 8 mil for Pope is a good deal, you know,
bro.
It's a good deal, bro.
Bro, he might will be England #1 because he's got 3 or 4 months now to be in form and prove he's much better than the 2 clowns that are in goal at the moment.
I'm gonna be real with you. It's a couple of teams that should have been looking at Pope still.
Yeah, he would have fit on our bench nicely.
Nah, not for us.
No, that's dream world. That's dream world. Homegrown, Cal, homegrown. Oh god. But no, just quickly before we bring the people in, let me show you what Sai sent me. Just quick.
Sorry, shout out to Rack as well. As always, thank you so much,
brother. Big
Much
up your damn self, right, man. Big up yourself, bro.
Gonna get the rest of the Super Dread out in a minute. Go on, Drift. Go true.
Yeah. So this is what he sent me, bro. So that's what he was like. This is what you consider your first 11, right? And I looked on it and I thought maybe Hendo and Naby being swapped. Other than that, that pretty much is it. And then this is our cup team / second team. So maybe what I was saying to him is Henderson and Jones would be the ones who would swap in terms of that position. And then Naby would go to the other team. So this midfield would be Carvalho, Henderson and Jones, for an example. I can't lie to you, bro. I'm not going to sit here now and act like everything's rosy. We don't need players. There aren't this, that, and the third. But, bro, look at that cup team. That's a good team, you know, bro.
Of course it is, bro.
But you know, I think Mane leaving and it's kind of made everybody annoyed and whatnot. But
it's not
look at that cup team, bro.
I'll tell you what it is, Drift. For me, anyway, I'm only going to speak for myself. What I see it as, one sec, Drift.
Yeah. I'll wait for Cal to come back. But guys, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. That is a good cup team. Like that is definitely a good cup team. So for me, hold on, just making sure I haven't missed anything.
Sorry to cut you. Yeah, you know,
yeah no
as you know, my brother's come around to look at the kids while we're filming.
Yeah.
Basically, Stevie's trying to pull a fast one, isn't it? He's trying to take him to where my apple juice is.
No, let's keep it a buck, bro. That's big, bro. He's gonna give it.
I know.
Because he's not scared of the repercussions. He's gonna give him it, brother. Then Stevie's gonna have to get the brunt of it later.
This is what I mean. Stevie's operating at a different level. I've got to hand it to him. He's going to face the wall this evening. Like, there's no two ways about it. Now, when my brother goes home, he's gonna face the wall. But man actually is taking it to where I stash in my apple juice because he keeps on trying to get to it. I rate it.
Yeah, I rate it still. I'll give it 5 years and he'll be the man in the house still. But
I'll give it 2. No, what I was saying is basically.
But yeah, no. So I'll bring it back up again. Yeah, that's the cup team, bro. Obviously, you swap Henderson with Jones or Henderson with Naby. But that's a good cup team. I can't lie.
It's fantastic cup team. But here's the problem, Drew. The cup team's not the issue. It's the Premier League. And when you're going up against City...
so I'll bring back up the Premier League team then. Swap Henderson with Naby, and then that's obviously the Premier League team.
So and that's my problem. Flacco, Thiago, all good. But I'm going to be real with you, Drift. I'm going to say something I don't want to say. If Thiago gets injured or Salah gets injured, what happens?
Yeah.
And
or Naby gets injured because obviously Naby's an injury-prone player as well.
If Naby gets injured, we survive. We always have.
But I mean, if we're saying Naby would be part of this first 11, I'm saying we'd also then have to believe that once he gets it, because as you always say, if Henderson is playing the 8, and then if God forbid anything happened to Flacco, the fact Henderson is supposed to cover there, now he's covering Naby, he can't play there, and then all of a sudden but then I guess that's when Carvalho could come in. I don't know, man. I'm all over the place at the moment. I don't know what to think, man.
No, but here it is though, Drift. Who's Man City's? In my opinion, our two best attacking players are Diaz and Salah. No disrespect to Nunes, he's unproven at the moment. That could obviously change. Diaz and Salah right now that Mane's gone. Could throw in Jota as well. No disrespect to Jota, but you could throw in Jota as well. Yeah,
I'd probably put Jota above Nunes at this point because he's proven himself.
Same. Yeah. So, who's Man City's two best attacking players in your opinion, Drift?
Not to just say it's going to happen just because of who he is. I would go Mahrez and De Bruyne. Okay. Because I think Haaland's still got to actually prove it before we just put him in that bracket. So,
agreed.
Yeah, Mahrez and De Bruyne, I would say, yeah.
We've seen Man City win a league where De Bruyne has pretty much been injured for a lot of the season.
I was just saying that to the guys before, actually.
And we've seen Man City win a league where Mahrez wasn't playing that much as well. And I asked you the same question. If Mahrez gets injured, you've got Foden, Sterling, who can fill in on that right-hand side. Or Alvarez. KDB gets injured, You could throw in Gundogan. You could throw in Bernardo Silva.
Both might be going though.
Might be. But let's be honest, if they go, you know they're going to get replaced.
Yeah, I know.
So it's just the levels in it. It's like my thing is Drift, and I'll sit here and I'll say it.
Oh yeah, bloody hell, Grealish.
Grealish as well. If
The
Liverpool
guy is so
right now,
unneeded, we forget he's even there.
just bring up that backup team really quickly, please, Drift, if you can. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
Right now, as things stand, Ramsey's unproven, but I'm over the moon we've got Ramsey. You know why? Because we've obviously done our scouting and we damn well needed a right back to give Trent some rest. Because man's been playing on E for a long time.
Yeah, 100%.
That midfield. Now, let's say we go and get a centre midfielder. That midfield then becomes Hendo, Naby, and Jones, probably. Yeah. I think Carvalho, or you could go Carvalho or Firmino as the third man playing as a 10, effectively. Jota can go through the middle. Carvalho could go on the left. Elliott's not a right-hand side. He did it at Blackburn for a season, but let's be honest. And I love Elliott. He's brilliant in midfield. But the drop-off from Salah to Elliott is mad.
Yeah, but remember, bro, I said to you I was worried that Elliott would be Salah's cover. Do you remember when I said that to you, bro?
Yeah.
I think that's the plan, you know.
Well,
I do actually think that that's the plan.
And you know why I don't think that's good? Because if you play Elliott on the right, you have to change how we play as a team because he's not got that injection of pace that will allow us to just really go at teams.
What if you would? What if? I'm just trying to play devil's advocate.
You're not going to like what I say next. Go on. But you're not
what if? Because it would be in the first team and Nunes and Diaz would be playing. What if there's enough pace in those two for Elliott to not be as big of a deal if he goes to a more creative wide player rather than a direct wide player like Mo is? And then he's more supplying the other two with the passes. What if it went down there? Because remember, Nunes is actually quicker than Bobby. So effectively, we now have our centre forward now has pace, whereas for years with it being Bobby, he didn't. Do you get what I mean? Or Jota even. I know Mane had pace, but that was only the last few months. When it was Jota and it was Bobby playing through the middle, they didn't really have that pace that Nunes has. So is that not going to be maybe Elliott can be more creative and Nunes and Diaz have the pace maybe?
Nah, that doesn't work for me. Drift, you're not going to like what I'm going to say, but I'm going to say it.
Go on then.
The right-hand side cover is going to be Ox or Kai Gordon.
I don't mind Kai Gordon for the pace, but the inexperience is wild. The inexperience of Kai Gordon is wild. And
I told you I'm going to like it. Everyone come for me when I mentioned Kai Gordon the other day. You're going to see a lot of Kai Gordon, I reckon. If you don't believe me then, you don't believe me now.
But if Ox and Kay are playing preseason, yeah, on the right, oh god, I'm gonna be like, this is the plan, isn't it? This is actually the plan.
I'm gonna do it this time. And I'm just gonna do one thing. So that's the team, yeah.
Cup team, yeah.
I'm gonna take out Elliott and put. I'm just gonna say Ousmane Dembele there. Yeah. And in this team, I'm gonna take out Henderson and I'm gonna put Mateus Nunes there. Yeah. Tell me something we don't win. Tell me something we don't win.
Now you're cooking.
But here's the problem as well.
Now you're cooking.
Here's the problem as well, Drift. And I know a couple of people say World Cup, Salah's not going World Cup, he'll rest them. When was the last time Salah had a rest?
Yeah. Now. This is the only time he's ever had a rest. What he's doing right now, bro.
Do we not think it's coincidental that Salah and Trent fell off towards the end of the season because they were absolute... No, it ain't happening. Surely not. No, he ain't going Wolves. No. No. Surely not. My curse can't be that bad.
Oh, my days. I'm not even going to lie, bro. Nunes looks good, man.
All right. So I want to ask you a question.
If we got him for the midfield, he looks like exactly what we need, bro.
do you not think that we may be sitting on our hands a little bit to see how the market's going to go? Because even today, João Felix has now become available, and
Oh
I
yeah,
think there's
City,
gonna be
innit?
what?
Yeah, apparently. From the reports that I read, Man City, that's who they'll replace Sterling with.
Ah,
That's what I read, bro. Obviously, I don't know how true it was, but that's what I read.
nah.
Yeah, that's what they were saying. Pep is very interested in
João.
yeah.
Ah. I don't have any more questions, Your Honor. Just don't put me in there with no roadman or no gunman. Just I want to do my time in comfort.
One of the things that I did read,
So hold on. What? They've added Haaland, Alvarez, Calvin Phillips, potentially João Felix, Cucurella. But I'm seeing people online saying, no, we've got enough midfielders. What's going on here? Look,
they do have the potential.
Come on, man.
There is the potential, bro, that they could lose Mahrez, Sterling, and Bernardo Silva, and they've already lost Fernandinho, and Jesus. That's quite a lot of the players who are used to winning, know what to do, are part of the team. You never know. I mean, I know I'm clutching here because Felix, Alvarez, Haaland sounds like a fucking, like we're playing FIFA or Championship Manager or whatever you're gonna, I don't know, but
Mahrez ain't going, I don't think.
Yeah, I know Daps do say about him just having his baby and stuff. So yeah, maybe there's a bit of truth in that for real. But I mean, the Sterling, Bernardo, Jesus, they could lose those guys. Those guys are stellar parts of the top. You know what I mean? Especially Bernardo and Sterling. That's a big loss if those two go. I think people can't underestimate the effect it could have on the team if those two left. But yeah,
boy. Let me help these super chats before we get the people here. I'm not gonna lie, you bummed me out today, brother. I jumped in this stream in a bad way, but now I'm leaving in a real
Felix
bad
and
way.
Haaland in the same window is fucking ridiculous, bro.
I said, what's worse, United's transfer strategy or the Drake album? I must be old. That ain't hip hop. LOX, Outkast, J, Big Pun, Nas, Dipset, Rough Riders, Wu-Tang, Luda. That's hip hop. This Drake album is horse rubbish. I've not even listened to it. Have you listened to it?
I haven't listened to it either.
I'm gonna be real. Drake's not really. I'm not really a Drake
guy. Drake's top 5. He's top 5.
What
definitely.
Of all time?
No, of currently.
Okay, fair enough.
But I haven't heard his new album.
Shall I tell you what it is for me with Drake? Without going off onto a tangent, I think Drake is very smart business-wise. Like, he'll jump on a wave, fleece it, and then move on to the next wave. I get the point. I get the feeling Drake doesn't make music for the sake of loving music. I think he makes music for the sake of getting numbers and accolades now. And I think it's been like that for a while. Hence why it's not really for me.
I was just going to say, I'll say the last 5 to 7 years, you're bang on the money, Cal. At the beginning, it was all for the love. That's why his music just banged every time. Bang, bang, hit after hit. You're right. Last 5 to 7 years, now I think it's all about just trying to get the numbers and get the Billboard charts and all. Yeah, and all that. Yeah, you're right. I don't think he loves music anymore now. I just think he makes music to just be in the charts still. And
but for me personally, Drake's old. Like Drake from like the noughties up until, as you said, the last 7 years.
Like 2002 to 2015 Drake. Like that he was
not that early. He wasn't around in 2002.
Wasn't 2002 when he joined Young Money? Is that
about 2008, 2009, I'd say.
No, I can't have been that late.
Yeah, 2002, I was still at school, bro. He weren't there was no Drake.
Hold on, when did he join Young Money? You might be right. No, is it maybe more 2005? Hold on. When did he join Young Money?
Sorry, I've just seen this. Now, though, you see Chris Brown's last couple of tunes, yeah? Goodness me. Chris Brown's looking to get enough people in trouble with pregnancies and all them things at the moment. Warm Embrace is my tune at the moment. Oh, my God. Stevie knows all the words to that tune. That tune right there, Warm Embrace. Have you heard it, Drew?
No.
Oh my, fire to blow. Oh my God. What? Listen to it by yourself, because you're around any females, bruv. You're both going to be
No,
in an
I will.
entanglement.
I
You'll be in
will. I
an
will.
entanglement.
You know
That-
what? Because I was just thinking, because I was just trying to think that Drake's been out for about 20 years. So that's why I just went back to like '02. But I'm trying to think, yeah, has he been out that long? Maybe 15 years, maybe. I'm trying to think when he
No,
joined
about
Young Man.
2009. About 2009.
Was it that late when he joined them?
Yeah, about that
Raw.
time. Because I was at uni, I think, at the time. Because
Raw.
it
I
was
mean,
him
I
and
knew
J.
Drake
Cole
before that,
kind
but
of came
obviously
out
that
around
was
the
when he
same.
blew up.
Now, Drake, look, Drake is certified. It's just, he's not the guy for me. Ishan said they just bought Botman. Yeah, that's Newcastle. Ash says Milner done a casual 10K just for fun on holiday. That's his team, though. Milner's a machine, man.
Yeah, he's different. He's different. Absolute
Ash says,
goat.
Drift, I was telling you last week, our 22 is one right centre midfield short when you was losing your mind. We just need a right centre midfield, and us versus City is a fair fight. If first 11 is fit, it's a fair fight.
Because that was the tangible that we're not realizing looking at those things. If any of those players get injured, then it starts to change things and stuff. Yeah.
Pimp in Distress says, hey Stevie, know your place and get back on the dynamo by the single watch don't dish you. Now you see why I'm so harsh on the kid, because he knows what he's doing. Timmy says, can't lie, our third midfielder does our third midfielder get into Spurs? No. I hate to say it.
Naby versus Bentancur. I don't think Bentancur is just like outright, just beats Naby like all ends in. I wouldn't go that far. I don't know.
Højbjerg, Bentancur, and Basuma. Look,
I wouldn't start Højbjerg over Naby either.
I wouldn't start
Højbjerg over Henderson either.
All I'm saying, Basuma in that team right now, and we're cooking. John says, big up Cal, Matt, and Drift. I've been a channel member for 1 year now. John, you're such a legend, man. Big up yourself.
Big up yourself,
such
bro.
a legend.
Big up.
Troy M says, I think Carvalho will end up being too good to be dropped once he cracks the starting lineup for the first time. Then 4-2-3-1 becomes a new base. I think Fabio is going to be PFA Young Player of the Season.
I hope you're right, Troy.
I hope so. Shut up. Again, I know I'm going to sound like I'm being a bit of a Debbie Downer. We are putting a lot of pressure, and I'm going to just peel it all back. We're putting a lot of pressure on a 19-year-old to come in from Fulham in the Championship, to come in and be this world-class number 10 straight away in the third best team in world football right now. It is a lot to ask of the kid. And I'm not saying you're doing it, Troy, but from what I see, because we're not getting the type of players we want, I feel as though we are starting to overhype and demand too much from some of these players. We just have to call it what it is. Any other look, I'm gonna peel it back. If Arsenal went out tomorrow and signed a player from Fulham, and that player was being spoken about to take them from their level to being a regular top 4 team or a bona fide top 4 team, us as Liverpool fans would ridicule them. That's just me being real. Would ridicule them, and I'll be the first in line to do it. I'd be on there screaming Lee's name, pause, and all those things. Yeah, we have to peel it back a little bit. We cannot be bringing this kid in and expecting to be Felipe Coutinho. It's not possible like that. And remember, when Coutinho came to Liverpool, he was around a similar sort of age. He'd already played for Inter Milan and Espanyol, and we weren't a team chasing the league.
And he played in the Champions League, Cal, as well.
And the Champions League. We weren't a team that were chasing the league. We're a team begging to get into the top 4 race.
Oh, that Coutinho came in and just, oh man, do you remember? Curly head Felipe, do you remember?
No, he was sick, Drift, but at the same time, do you remember how inconsistent he was as well?
Yeah, he was.
All right, you know why?
I think that was probably more him adapting to the Premier League more than his ability, but I know what you mean. It's the age of him and stuff like that.
Same thing with Elliott last season, and obviously the injury happened, so we don't really know how it would have panned out. But I'll be honest, I don't see City putting pressure like this on any of their teenagers. I don't see Chelsea doing it. I don't
Here's the
see
thing, though,
United.
Cal. Let's kind of flip it a little bit in terms of like sometimes if you're talented enough, though, is it not necessarily you're putting pressure on the kid? It's more because of what he's done. He's kind of earned the right for people to believe it's possible. Because let's keep it a buck. When Haaland was 19, everybody thought he was the greatest striker, and if anybody had like Dortmund bought him, and everyone was like, "This kid's a wonder kid," and he was 19 at the time.
All right, I'm going to ask you, Drift. And again, not even to be disrespectful to you or anyone else in the chat. Who here, and we've done bare streams, had you ever seen Fabio Carvalho's name mentioned in any stream by anyone saying, this you at Fulham, we need to go and get him before anyone else gets him?
Not before we were linked with him, no.
All right, then. And that's kind of my point. Look, I'm a Liverpool fan. I do it myself as well. But just because he's our player or he's linked with us, it doesn't automatically make them a world-class player. We have to pull it back and give him the time he needs to develop. Like,
if anyone says he's world-class, they're just,
no, I'm not saying that. But I'm also saying, like, we just need to chill and let him develop. And,
100%.
I was gonna say, we know this is where I disagree. City didn't put any pressure on Foden. Foden was drip fed into City's team because he was still there while Silva and all these players were there. He was drip fed.
He did have pressure on him, but I don't think they put pressure on him. If you get what I mean, he did have pressure on him. Because if you get into a Pep team, then there's pressure on you.
I hear that. If we were to put a poll out right now asking who should be Liverpool starting number 10 next season, I think Carvalho would win the poll.
Probably.
To me, that says one of two things. One, we are putting too much pressure on him. And two, we don't have a ready-made number 10 in the team already.
Let me just quickly ask you this, though, bro. What league is better? The Austrian league or the Championship?
Probably the Championship.
So week in, week out, Carvalho's played at a higher level than Haaland did at the same age.
True, but Haaland was doing it in the Champions League, though, Drift. That's the difference.
No, I get that. But like on a week-to-week basis, which got his numbers looking so crazy that made him look so great, it wasn't a league that's not as good as Carvalho was doing it in. So, but yeah, it is too much pressure on the kid.
I shall tell you what, I'm just scared. I don't want us to be sitting there in 3 months' time and I'm seeing people in the chat or seeing people online just getting at this kid. Like,
oh yeah, we definitely we can't be doing that. We can't be doing that.
We say that though, Drift. We've seen it with so many players, bro. We see it with Nico, we saw it with Kelleher. We've seen it with so many. The difference with those guys is they had someone ahead of them in the team that could take the pressure off.
I do believe in the kid, though. You know, I'm trying to like keep it in because I don't want to get carried away. But I believe he actually is going to be a sensation. You know,
so do I. But I don't think that's going to happen for another 2 or 3 years.
Oh no, I believe it's going to be quicker than that, Cal. That's what I'm saying. I genuinely do, bro.
But we said this about Curtis as well, bro.
I know, but Curtis doesn't have the attitude. Do you know what it is? I'm going to be honest. I know it's the dumbest thing you can ever do, but I can't help it. He does play in a very similar way to Coutinho. Coutinho is better than him, but he has a similar playing style. So because I know what that looks like in our team, it's almost like I can't help myself but think, is this Klopp's idea? Is Klopp going to do the regen of like, do you know what I mean? Letting Carvalho, maybe as you said, be more of a left-sided, maybe come central, be in that like area of the pitch and do what he had Coutinho doing. Do you get what I mean? And it's kind of hard for me to not get that little bit excited when I think he's got the pace, he's got the shooting. He just doesn't have the techers Coutinho had. But you see like the shooting and the pace and the dribbling, to a lesser extent, he's very similar in that way. So I'm like, could in a year or two's time at the most, could he be like our regen Coutinho? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I don't know, but maybe that's what it is. If he didn't play similar to Coutinho at all, I probably wouldn't even think it. But I think he's got about 60% of Coutinho's playing style. I think there are definite similarities that I see within the two. And I think, oh, he could be like a regen kind of. So we'll see, man. We'll see.
I hope so. And I probably sound really, really like negative. I want us to start looking at our team how we look at other teams sometimes. Because I think sometimes we can be emotionally involved and not see the bigger picture sometimes. And numbers-wise, we have enough numbers-wise. Because even in that second string team, there was no Milner, for example.
Yeah.
So we've got the numbers, but again, it's the question of, is the quality there?
Plus, Phillips hasn't left yet, so I guess technically we have to count him till he goes.
Big up Nat. Big up Nat.
Like, I'll be happy if I heard he was staying. I can't even lie.
I'd be over the moon if he was our 5th choice. I'd be over the moon. But I know it probably won't happen.
Yeah. They're going to want that money.
Yeah.
Especially if Gomez gets a new deal, which I'm over the moon if that happens.
Yes,
please
same there. Gomez needs that new deal. I need that.
Yeah, please let that happen. Plus, Gomez is only in about 60 grand a week, which is actually a crime.
Yeah. But we do. I think we need that. I think Lakers put it perfectly there. We need that 23 to 26-year-old centre midfielder, I think. And we need a wide player. We need someone for Salah. We need to give that boy some break.
Well, currently there's 2 London clubs arguing over somebody who should be the most obvious move you could ever see in your life.
Who's that?
Certain little boy from the mid-country, from little Brazilian who plays in a white shirt. I don't want to say his name. But just that Brazilian who plays in a white shirt who the 2 London clubs are chasing. That guy.
Who's chasing him?
Tottenham and Arsenal.
I'm lost. Am I thinking?
No, sorry, and Chelsea. All 3 London clubs.
Brazil.
Rafinha, bro. I didn't want to say his name, bro.
Because I'm thinking, and I thought you meant Anthony because Ajax in it.
Oh no, that's only Man United. Only Man United are chasing Anthony.
I was thinking, what? Since when are Arsenal been chasing?
No, all the London clubs are chasing Rafinha, bro. And we should just be involved in that straight up, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this before Matt gets here. Not for me.
What, as a cover for Salah? All day, bro.
No, of course, quality-wise, but the attitude.
Yeah, the attitude could be a problem. And as KG said, if he goes to Arsenal, I think the attitude could get in the way big time because he's not going to listen to Arteta.
Here's the thing: he starts for Chelsea.
He starts for all of them. None of those teams might want to hit. He's better than Kulusevski. He's better than Saka, and he's better than Ziyech or Bob. Rafinha starts for all 3 of those clubs. All 3 of them clubs. It's just a fact, bro. He's better than all their right wingers. So,
yeah. Debatable with Arsenal. Depending on
no. He's better than Saka, Carl.
No. I'm not saying he's not, but it depends on how they want to play the game, though. Like it's an option.
Talk is that Liverpool and City are going to get Saka, and that's why Arsenal were trying to plan ahead. Yeah. I'm not going to lie, bro. If Saka's replacing Salah, I quit.
I'm going to be real with you. We keep on getting linked with some of these players, and let's be honest, deep down, we know we're not getting Saka and Bellingham.
I don't care about Saka. We don't get Bellingham. Oh, man. Yeah.
But should we bring the people in, bro?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, people. So when you come in today, you're going to give you 2 minutes, and then we're going to move on to the next person. So even if we don't answer you while you're on camera, then we will obviously answer you as things
Should I get the thing ready?
Yes, please. We're going to read out some more super chats while the people join us. Ishan says, guys, what do you think about the Werner rumors? Will you still take him? He can be there instead of Elliot. I don't want Werner. Not for me.
I think Werner's way better than Chelsea have made him look, but not. Do you know what would be a great move for Werner, Cal?
Back to Germany.
Newcastle. No, Newcastle.
Back to Germany for me.
I get where you're going with that, but I think he can't leave the Premier League until he's had another chance at trying to prove himself. You see, Newcastle, if he went and became a wide player at Newcastle where the goal burden was off him, but he could play that kind of counter-attacking type of way that that thing he likes to play, I think he could be quite lethal for Newcastle,
I think he almost needs to do what Salah did and come out of the Premiership, build up his confidence, and then come back. He's still young enough. I think a year or two out of the Premiership.
What is he, about 24, 25? He's about mid-20s, isn't it?
Yeah, go back to Germany for 2 years, come back at 26, 27, and then I think. But if we
that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea.
If we were to get him now off the back of what he just then nah.
Sometimes you go up though because you realize you've left where you were in chains, and you go to some of that lets you out. Do you know what I mean? It gives you freedom. So
I don't think he's been in chains at Chelsea. I just think he's not performed.
He's been in the not played properly kind of. They just don't suit him. Chain. Chelsea don't suit players like Werner.
I mean, bro, you can't negate for the amount of chances he misses, bro. Like,
I'm just trying to give the kid an easy goal
I
because
know, but he
because
misses
he
a
gets
lot of
slated, bro. He gets absolutely slated. But
Jamrock says, Cal, name me a team that has 6 forwards where the 6th forward gets significant game time. Maybe there's one, but I can't think of it. Diaz, Nunes, Jota, Mo, Bobby. Man City, I think they all get decent amount of game time. There's 5 subs now, so I think it's possible.
at Bayern Munich, when they had Robin, Ribery, Koeman, Gnabry, Lewandowski, was there a 6th one? Muller. They kind of made sure they all played. It's not something that happens all the time, but that's how you become a great, right?
And technically, Jamrock, they wouldn't be 6th choice like attacker. They'd be 2nd choice to whoever's in front of them, if that makes sense. Like, I do get where you're coming from. That's just me personally. Hack says, 1 signing for 50 mil. Who's your pick? I'll go 2. Dembele on a 3 and then Nunes.
Paqueta or Nunes? Paqueta first, Nunes second.
You always cheat the game, bro.
No, I did my choices.
Got COVID again, but already feeling a bit better watching this. I bless up yourself.
No, big up, bro. Yeah, that's unfortunate, man. A lot of people keep acting like it's gone for real. You gotta still be careful, man. You know what I mean? Gotta still be careful. Cal, you there?
Liverpool 12th, man. In my opinion, you guys are looking at the squad wrong. I'll explain. Okay, looking forward to that LFC 12th, man. Troy M says Fabio is one of the best players on the pitch versus City in the FA Cup last year. Heavy sauce like a cheap Alfredo pasta. He's the real deal. I don't care. I'll stick with that shit.
No, he for his age. And do you know what, Cal? I don't mean this with any prejudice at all. I really don't. But even though he's homegrown and he counts or whatever because he's lived in England and whatnot, he's not English though. He's sauce.
Yeah,
he's Portuguese, bro. He's not English. Again, no prejudice to the English boys. I love English boys. I'm English myself. But he's Portuguese sauce, bro. It's real. It's different. It's different, bro. You know what I mean? It's different, bro. He just lives in England. He's sauce, bro. He's sauce. It's different.
Promo says, Elliot to me has a similar style to Shaqiri, hence why I don't think he'll succeed at Liverpool in terms of being a starter. Centre midfielder badly needed.
A centre midfield is definitely needed.
I agree with the first bit. I still think he'll succeed at Liverpool, though. Troy M said, I'd say no to Raf. Give me Serge Gnabry, perfect for our front line. Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Not to replace Salah, but yeah, I would take him. Does Carvalho play for Portugal? Sorry, Carl.
Yeah.
Has he picked Portugal? Oh, did he? All right, fair. Oh, fair play. Fair. I didn't know he picked his international team yet. Fair play.
Portugal. Would you blame him after what you want to work?
Oh no! Oh hell no! Oh hell no!
We should get just right forward and centre midfield loans till next summer. I'd be up for that as well.
As long as they were good players, yeah.
Musa said, did you see Bayern CEO comments about Mane and LFC? No, I haven't.
Although I really hated what the German reporter tried to ask. Do you know what he asked him, Cal? Who's the better team, Bayern Munich or Liverpool? Why would you ask somebody a question like that?
Well, going back
big up Mane. Mane went, oh no, both are massive clubs. Like, imagine why would you ever try and make, like, what are you doing, bro? Why are you asking Mane a question like that?
That journalist probably won't get another gig, bro.
Flipping hell, man. They're trying their hardest to make him be horrible to Liverpool or say something dodgy or what's wrong with them, man?
Very silly. Aaron's, big up Aaron, by the way. Thoughts on Edwards potentially coming Chelsea? Big for you now, that especially since Marina's gone. You need an Edwards. I'm hearing that Edwards kind of wants to have a little break though. But if you're
I asked the people on the summer show, Cal. We hold the players to a very high standard of snakery and loyalty. What do we do with directors of football and scouts and what do we do with those guys, physios, all these guys? What do we do if Edwards goes and builds a dynasty with Chelsea? In my opinion, in my opinion, I think it slightly taints the legacy he helped create at Liverpool because then all of a sudden he's kind of the op.
I mean, depends on the circumstances to why he left, didn't it?
Apparently, he just left because he felt like his time was up. That seems to me like he left because he wanted to leave. So then you go Chelsea. All right, well, what we doing here, bruv? Like, if we sacked him, it'd be different. But I don't know, bruv. You tell me.
Boy, right. Let's get our first caller in. The one and only, the Jerry James Show.
Is it not right?
What's going on? What's going on? Can you guys hear me? Yeah.
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, how you doing? And just on the way to dinner quick, so just thought I'd step in to obviously explain myself after my antics a couple of weeks ago.
It's been getting a bit sticky for you online, yeah?
I've been sticky. It's been hate. Obviously, hopped on this YouTube journey. There's certain comments that I've been receiving, and it's like, raw. Man are asking me if I'm serious, if I'm doing it for clickbait. No. It's not that at all. So, it's been mad. It's been mad. But yeah, man, like, I mean, you guys have been speaking about it for like the past 45 minutes now. How can you guys hear me?
Yeah. Now we can.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're kind of a little bit.
I'm in the car. But cool. You guys have been speaking about it. City are signing Calvin Phillips now for 45. Tottenham have signed Basuma for 25, who I didn't even want. We're here, I don't know, vibing with Cater, flirting with the idea that we're going to get 2 seconds. Oh, my bad, guys. I'm moving mad today. But yeah.
Bro, I thought you was just about to dash the ringing phone out the window, bro.
It's been mad.
Oh my God. I thought you was about to dash. Oh, right. I was going to say that is dedication, bro. That is interrupting fucking
Nah, but we've seen it now, and we're here flirting with the idea about giving Cater a new contract. I'm sticking around. We've got Nunes, but now I thought to myself, and I've had the discussion on a couple of my streams. There's no evidence to suggest that Klopp's going to change his style. There's been no evidence. We've had Divock, he never changed it. When games were moving differently, he's never changed it. He's very stubborn in his ways. So I wouldn't be surprised if Nunes might be played on the left wing sometimes, and Jota and Firmino are options up front. Our midfield's going to be the same midfield we've had, and what we're going to hear from Pep Linders and Klopp is, yeah, we're going to have to try harder. Passion merchants, just like we did with the Champions League final when we won it, of course. But I don't think it's going to be enough this time. I don't think it's going to be enough. And I look at it now, and it's been 4 Prems in 5 years for City. If they win the next one, it's 5 Prems in 6 years. That's utter domination. And in the history bits, listen, we're not even talking to the Arsenal teams, the Chelsea teams, and I'm saying that out of my heart, because it's hurting now. We can't allow City to do what they're going to do. We cannot allow it. We have to win the Premier League this year. It's not about, it would be great if we can. We have to win it. And I don't think we're doing as much as we can. And I'm all for Nunes and stuff, but is Klopp going to play a 4-2-3-1? Do we have the players to play a 4-2-3-1? Do Fabinho and Thiago have the legs to play in that double pivot with just a 10, a Carvalho running around with no experience, with no cover? I don't know.
Do you still believe it'll be 4 or 5 years where we don't get a trophy, bro? Do you still feel that way? Yeah.
Well, we've won 1 in the 5 years. So if you were just to replicate that, just do the same. If we do the same thing that we've done for the next 5 years, we might win.
You mean Prem? You mean Prem?
But Prem,
I thought you just meant full stop, bro, because you said trophy, so I just thought you meant full stop.
No, but do you know what it is? I don't think the FA Cup's gonna be like. We're not gonna focus on that though. We can't. This is the closest we've come to winning all 4 competitions. All 4 competitions, but unfortunately we didn't do it. So how do we go and make sure that we do the next one? And how do we make sure that we go and win the Premier League? We have to go and do what we've done before. Sacrifice one of the cups. Cal, you said it yourself. Yeah. You said it yourself. You said, unless we go and sacrifice, that's the way we can go and see. That's the way we can do it. And I don't see how, with our squad playing the way we do, the exertion that our players have to go through, how can you battle on 4 fronts like that? It's like asking, do you know what I mean, speaking about the war, it's like asking Ukraine to fight on 4 fronts. They can't do it. You can see it. You can see it. It's difficult. It's difficult to do that. So how do we get out of this? There's no evidence to suggest we're going to change how we play. There's no evidence we're going to sign a midfielder. Nunes is going to Wolves, I'm hearing in the comments. I really don't know what to say anymore. I really don't know what to say.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Hard-hitting reality.
I'm really lost for words. I'm really lost for words because I don't know. Like, it's scary. If we don't win the Prem, what happens then? What do we do next? If we're sitting here next summer saying, "Oh, we haven't won the Prem," where do we go from here?
We better have won the other 3, bruv.
But that's my point, because then you're gonna get more players that want to go and experience more challenges, different challenges. That's what happens. I've done everything I can. We can't compete against this beast. Let me go somewhere else. Let me go Spain. That's what players do. That's what players do.
Well, we're gonna have to worry about. Yeah, we're gonna have to worry about the Salah thing. Yeah, you know what, bruv? A lot of reality there, bruv. A lot of reality. But...
Do you know what I mean? Salah, there was a contract situation. We're allowing a man to dictate what happens in our club. And yeah, I understand. He's a quality player. We rely on him a lot. But it scares me that we rely on him a lot. Because when he doesn't create, when he's not on form, he's still gonna play every game. And then what happens? Then what happens? You've got Divock on the bench. They don't want to play him. Back when Shaqiri was there, we had Shaqiri on the bench. You don't want to play him, even when Salah's having a little dip or we need something different from a wide man. We're not going to do it. And now he's not signing a deal, but he's leaving us to ransom, and we're going to rely on this player for next season. How's he going to get motivated if he doesn't want to be here? If you want to be here, you would have signed.
Yeah, that's what I said, man. That's been my worry, man. But look, we'll chop that up, bro. We'll chop it up.
Quick one before I go. You guys, because you didn't answer my question on the last stream. What's you guys' controversial take for next season? So mine was my controversial take. What's you guys' controversial take? I want you guys to get a bit of the smoke, because I can't be out here taking everything for the Liverpool fan channel. It's not fair, man. It's not fair at all. It's not fair at all.
Also, guys, make sure you help his YouTube channel as well, the Jerry James Show.
Yeah, get that done, man. Get that done.
Yeah, thanks, man. It's tough. So, guys, like I said, Kopish are doing amazing things to. The fact he's rushing back from work. Listen, it's been difficult. I've been tired. My whole pattern's been messed up. Arguments with the missus and all sorts. It's mad. It's mad. So, listen.
Yeah. It ain't easy.
It's not. But big up, guys. Thank you so much for obviously having me on as well, and big up everyone in the chat. Everyone supporting my channel and stuff. I really, really appreciate it, man. I didn't expect it to be like this at the beginning.
As well. Still, just saying.
Definitely, man. Definitely. Listen, you guys just be honorary guests, man. You can just walk into the club. Do you know what I mean? This I can't say anything. You guys are the local drug dealers. Yeah, man. The local drug lords. I can't say anything when you guys pull up to the bouncers. It's just like, they walked in. Do you know what I mean?
Big up. Enjoy your dinner,
guys, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Take care, man. See you, man.
G. Big up, G. Big up.
All right,
yeah, Jerry James Show, guys. Make sure you go support it, man.
My controversial take?
Yeah, go on.
I think we have a very, very frustrating season next season. And I think there's going to be a lot of games where we don't score goals like we should. And I'm not going to put down any particular players. I think there's going to be games where we look back and we go, raw, we had 18 shots, but no goals. I think next season is going to be a frustrating one, as things stand.
My controversial take is that apple juice ain't that nice.
Raw. Well, people, it's Kopish. Today's our last show of all time. I as things stand right now, I'm a little nervous for next season.
A Liverpool controversial take, I would say Salah doesn't perform well this season because he's thinking about his future.
Boy. All right. Let's get the next caller on. I ain't seen him for a little while. He's a Chelsea fan, but we always welcome him here. Man like Abs.
Are we telling me, family? All right.
Yes,
What's
bro.
going
How
on?
are
Yeah,
you?
it's been a
How
minute,
are
bro. You good?
bro? It's been a while.
Bro, listen, I've been good in it. Obviously, I've been watching my team play that fossil football with that little stripper midfield, Jorginho pause. And nah, man, it's been long, bro. Man saw what's his name? Saw Zeus come dunk on us at the FA Cup final. I was supposed to go to that game as well, you know.
Good job. You did it in the end, I guess, bro.
Bro, listen, if I went to that, I don't even know if I would have made it home that day, but you know, I don't have to do some heavy recovery session pause. If you know.
Oh boy.
What's good though, bro? What's good, man?
Bro, I'm calming it. First of all, you see that whole thing about Drake about being a top 5 of his generation. He's not even a top 15. Let's not include this, bro. The guy is literally, first he tried to do the flipping dance hall thing. Then he started doing a drill rapper when he was going to doing all the tunes with Gigs and what's his name? Who's the other guy he made it with? And
The heady one?
not Heady one. What's it? The guy got cancelled a couple years ago. Octavian, him, that guy there. And all them dead tunes. And then he's trying to do a flipping, I'm way too good, bro. Drake's dead, man. Same as Cameron as well. Both of them are bums.
I'm not getting drawn out. I'm not getting drawn out. It's Friday. I'm not getting drawn out. I'm not getting drawn. I'm not getting drawn out. Not a chance. Not a chance.
Listen,
I see what you did there, bro. I see what you did there.
bro, listen, J. Cole is clear of that Cameron guy.
I see what you did there. I see what you did
there. Bro, listen. So obviously, I've got 2 questions in it. So the first one is a bit of an older one, but in fact, it's not even. It's unpopular. I think Rafa Benitez is one of the most overrated managers in Prem history. For one simple reason. My man had Mascherano, Xabi Alonso, the flipping Musa Sissoko, Steven Gerrard in his prime, and he competed for 1 league, and Fernando Torres as well competed for 1 league title. One league title, you know. That Liverpool team, I don't care what no one says. There was a point where you was better than us, innit? Like in the late 2000s, there was a little like maybe year and a half period where he was better than us because obviously, what's his name? Man still had Kalou left wing and he was a bum. Every 5 minutes, losing the ball. So Rafa Benitez is the most, I think he's one of the most overrated managers. But in my opinion, he's underachieved hard. And also, this Liverpool team, as good as it's been, I think it's underachieved as well. Because I hate when everyone says, Klopp don't have the squad, Klopp don't do this, Klopp don't do that. Bro, that's BS, I'll be real. This Liverpool team, for me, should have won a couple more Prem titles, in my opinion. So for me, it's also one of the biggest under, because it could easily be a top 5 Prem team of all time, but it's underachieved. And also, this is for Kall-In. If you used to make a 5-a-side Liverpool Judas team, so 5 players who they're your ops in it. Like they come round, it's a straight past the pad thing. Like you ain't letting them through the door, you're just turning them back round. A 5-a-side Liverpool Judas team, who you making?
I know he's making Coutinho captain. That's a damn shit.
I can't even think of a goalie at the moment.
Bro, there's flipping, what's his name? Rob
Oh,
Jones.
perfect. Yeah, I can fill in the rest.
Alright, say no more.
Yeah, no, we'll chop that on now, man. Big up yourself, though, man. Good to see you as always, bro. And I like the way you tried to draw me out. Not today, bro. I'm chilling today, bro.
He's dead. What you need to do is go listen to the warm-up and the come-up from J. Cole again, and you'll see what real storytelling and lyricism is in it. That's what I'm
No, J. Cole's cold, bro. I ain't got no problem with that. But yeah, we're not going to go back.
Nah, Cameron, I'm sorry. He's not that guy. It's not, them man are all bums. Same as Lil Wayne and all these. Bro, they're all in the same category of bums, innit?
Oh, shit.
I don't know if I agree with the Wayne one. I'm not a big Wayne fan, but Wayne can spit.
I hear it still. But anyway, love my people.
Yeah, no, big up yourself, bro. Big up, bro. Big up.
Nice.
All right, Rafa. I agree we should have achieved more, I can't deny we should have achieved more. That team was amazing. We should have achieved more. Context has to be added though. We're going up against an absolute beat. That is arguably one of the best Man United sides Ferguson had in his 26 years. Remember that was the Rooney, Tevez, Ronaldo Man United. Berbatov. Like that's arguably the best mate. I know they didn't achieve. No, that team did go 3 in a row, didn't it? That Man United. Didn't that Man United team go 3 in a row? We're up against an absolute animal. But yeah, I remember we drew with Portsmouth. There was a couple of games I was like, what is going on here, man? We should have done better that year. We should have. I remember we were top at Christmas as well, right? We just beat Newcastle like 4-1 or something like that. Was it 5-0? Yeah, we should have won the league.
That game was mad. Hupio we should have beaten them about 9-0 that day. Shay Given was a monster that day. Hupio got 1, Gerrard got 2, Babel and Chabi Alonso from the spot.
I remember when Gerrard scored his, that might have been the 4th or the 5th goal, right? The second one when he chipped, when he was running through and he just did that little dink chip.
Lucas Leiva passed it through to him.
When that goal went in, all my brethren were like, Liverpool's going to win the league. I remember everybody was like, Liverpool's going to win the league. I think we went maybe 5 points clear or something like that. Everyone's like, Liverpool's going to win the league. I remember it's the best I'd ever felt until obviously Jurgen Klopp. Here's the thing. Here's the only reason why I wouldn't say that Benitez is overrated though, because even though we underachieved with that Liverpool team, the fact that he's won the UEFA Cup, he got Valencia to a Champions League final. He's won the Champions League with Liverpool, and he won 2 La Liga titles with Valencia against the might of Real Madrid and Barcelona.
UEFA Cup with Chelsea as well.
Yeah. That's yes. He won the UEFA Cup with them. He won the FA Cup with Liverpool. He won the league with Newcastle. People can laugh at all they want. Winning the championship is winning a league. You might not think it's elite, but it's winning a league. He won the league with Newcastle. I think the odd little jobs he's done here or there, like when he was at Napoli, and the odd little things where maybe he just went there for the hell of it, or he tried, I don't know, maybe he was testing himself. I don't know what it was, but I think if you look at the core part of his career, I think he did enough to not be called overrated for me. Like, if you win 2 La Liga titles and you're not a Man United and you're not Real Madrid or Barcelona manager, you can't be called overrated, not for me. And the Champions League with that Liverpool team. That Liverpool team he won the Champions League with. So, yeah.
So here's the thing. I agree with absolutely everything you said there. But I do a little bit agree with Abs. But what I will say, again, context-wise, the spine of that team that Benitez had was phenomenal. Possibly the greatest spine we've had as a club.
Yeah, so that's definitely an argument.
But around it, do you remember who we had? At left back, Aurelio couldn't stay fit. Right back was Arbeloa, who was good.
No, yeah, Finnan and Arbeloa,
yeah, who was good. Right wing, we had Dirk Kuyt. Left wing, it was Riera or Ryan Babel. That's the reality of it. And then, God forbid, we had a couple of injuries. Who was Torres' backup, guys?
Whoa, that's the problem, bro. It was Robbie Keane, but for some dumbass reason, we sold him back.
For 6 months. Outside of that is David Engo.
But we shouldn't have sold Robbie Keane back. That's the problem. We would have won the league that year if we never sold Robbie Keane back.
Rafa had no depth. In terms of Liverpool underachieving, again, I hear where he's coming from. I hear where Abs is coming from. But again, the context is there as well. However, and this has changed a little bit from the last time we spoke on this, for me, we have had opportunities where we should have won it and we didn't. This season, I think we should have won the league. Just gone. We should have.
Yeah.
The times we drop points, you just can't be dropping points like that. You just can't. And we did.
I just realised Benitez has been to 3 Champions League finals as well. That is an achievement. Even though he only won one of them, that's a massive achievement as a manager to have been to 3 Champions League finals. There's some managers who've never been there.
Since I've been alive, I've seen our team get to 4 Champions League finals and win. I don't know, is it 4? No, is it 5?
We've been to 5, 1, 2, lost 3, yeah.
Again. So yeah, my 5-a-side team: Charles Atanji, Mascherano, El Hadj Diouf, Coutinho, and Michael Owen. It is what it is, man. It is.
I tell you what a team you just named.
Well, not the goalkeeper.
Yeah,
Not
no,
Diop.
yeah. Forget him.
Diop is a. Yeah, I'm not. I was almost gonna say something wild. Still, almost forgot where I was there for a second. Almost forgot where I was for a second. Whoa. Professionalism. Let me not.
That's the guy on the shoulder, you know the one.
I was almost Dark Cal. You almost got to see Dark Cal. Right, let's get our next caller in. The one and only Jamie Phillips.
Hey guys, you all right? Hopefully you can hear me okay because I've got a new mic, so hopefully it's all right.
Loud and clear, bro.
We can hear you.
Excellent. I hope you guys are good. So FSG Jurgen Klopp for me have to be are one and the same. I've been saying this for a while now, and I think it's becoming very obvious they're one and the same. Now I know everyone calls me an FSG Mark or an FSG in guy. I'm not this anymore. I can't be doing this FSG in and out stuff no more. I'm too old. It's getting pathetic. I can't be bothered with it anymore. I really can't. They're the owners of our club. We just got to deal with it and move forward. Yeah. But Jurgen Klopp, if you draw a circle, I think you have to put FSG and Jurgen Klopp in the middle of that circle. Because Jurgen Klopp clearly, he wouldn't sign a new contract. If you've got a boss at work, right, and you want some things done a different kind of way, but they're not financially helping you do that for you in your job, so it's making it very hard for you to do to achieve what you want, you wouldn't extend your contract at that job, in my opinion. So Jurgen Klopp obviously likes the way FSG work. For me, they're like that. I think they're entwined. I think they appreciate each other. And midfielders, like we all know we need a midfielder. Jurgen Klopp knows we need a midfielder. He's not a stupid person, but at the same time, if FSG are going to him, what do we need in the team, Jurgen? What do we need in the team? Because there's no way they don't talk to each other every day. What do we need in the team? Like, we need forwards, we need this, we need that. What about the midfield area? Well, I'm all right there because I've got 8 players. Jurgen Klopp called Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain world-class last season. Let's not get away from it. Jurgen Klopp also said he wanted Milner and Henderson to stay desperately. FSG did not want to give him a new contract. Everyone forgets this. My very first video on my YouTube channel was about this story as well. And FSG didn't want to give him a new contract. They actually weren't interested. But Jurgen Klopp wanted them to have a new contract. So how are we meant to get new midfielders in if Jurgen Klopp is not going to release some of the players there to move them on? And this system, everyone goes, we're going to play 4-2-3-1 next season. It's going to be Diamond. It's going to put Thiago in a 10. Going Nunes up top. So we've got a number 9 now. It's going to be like Dortmund was. I mean, it's going to be 4-3-3, guys. It's not going to change. Klopp has a system, and he's stubborn in that system now. Is he all to blame? Of course he's not. Is FSG to blame? Yes, they are. And I'm going to tell you why right now. I'm going to go on the rant here, right? So, sorry if I eat up time. I apologise. But everyone's on about, right, we're going to get a midfielder. We're going to get Jude Bellingham. I've not heard the club once say we're going for Jude Bellingham. I've not heard anyone actually say, I think it's just fans hoping for the best that we're going to get Jude Bellingham, yeah? So, he's at Dortmund right now. Outlay, if he has a good World Cup, 90 mil, yeah? Mo Salah's contract runs out at the end of this season. He ain't signing a new one, guys. It's done, right? He's going to leave for a free next season. So what do we need to do next season? Get a Mo Salah replacement. Where's the outlay going to come for getting a Mo Salah replacement and midfielders? Look at our midfield. It's not dead. It's still going at the moment. It's on life support, but it's still going at the moment. Thiago is going to be, what, 31? Don't forget, guys, in 2 years' time, Thiago's contract is gone. So next season, we've got a Thiago problem. Henderson's going to be 32. Love the guy. Absolutely adore Henderson. He's the greatest captain. He's arguably the best captain in Liverpool history. It's an argument, right? He's the best leader in English football by a mile, right? I love the guy, I really do, but he's going to be 32. I don't think he plays many 90-minute matches next season because of the 5-sub rule, and I think it might prolong his Liverpool career because of that, but Jurgen loves him, right? Then you've got Fabinho. Fabinho, look, I love Fabinho, but in the games against the elite opposition, I think Fabinho goes missing because he hasn't got the pace to hold a midfield together. I just don't think he has. The City games proved that. People were walking past him. It got a bit embarrassing, actually. But against all the other teams, he's top draw. Then you got Naby Keita. The man gets injured kicking grass. The man's done. The man's finished. When are we going to say, right, Naby Keita, You know, you've had 4 years at Liverpool, but next year's going to be the Naby Keita year. And we go keep saying that to he's 42 years old and he hasn't and he turns into Roger Miller for one season. No, it's not going to happen. So we've got to get rid of Naby as well. We've got to stop this holding on. We're going to have a problem in a year or two with our midfielders. We seriously are. And it needs talking about now. And we need to look at the future, not when we get there in 12 months' time and look back and think, shit, we should have done it back then. And now we're in trouble. We need to get the midfielder in now, in my opinion. I think we have the money. I literally do think we have the money. I don't think transfer money is the biggest problem for Liverpool Football Club all the time. I think it's wages. We need a bigger wage structure at the club. And I think the wage structure will get bigger as our revenue keeps going for the next few years. We'll become more of a self-thing club and more money will be in the club that way. But that needs to stretch out now, in my opinion. And we need midfielders. Is it Barella? He's like 77 million, but he's only 90 grand a week at Inter Milan. That's perfect. Liverpool should be all over that right now. But Jurgen Klopp likes a particular player in them positions, and if they're not available right now, he won't buy another one. He wanted Tchouaméni. I do think we were actually very serious on Tchouaméni till it worked out. We heard Real Madrid go paying 300 grand a week. We're like, oh, fuck that. Right, and so we got out of it. Jurgen Klopp does like a particular player. I think Jurgen Klopp loves Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham's not happening, guys. If Mo Salah leaves, we need a Mo Salah replacement. By the way, it's not just one Mo Salah replacement we need. Can you imagine buying a right winger and going, right, you're Mo Salah's replacement next season? Automatic pressure. I think you need two. I think you need two for the Mo Salah position. Look, he's a great player, a goal scorer, and if you get just one player in that position, he's going to have automatic pressure on his shoulder. He knows he's replacing Mo Salah. So if you get another one as well, and they can interchange and things like that, it takes the pressure off everybody. But when it's FSG always blaming them and putting all their crap outside their door, I think you've got to look at the whole picture of Liverpool Football Club. I really do.
Jamie?
Well said, bro. Well said. Couple things I disagree with that I'll just quickly make a point on. But
yeah, I'm cool with disagree. I mean, it's all back to
yeah. But most of what you're saying,
I love about it. Football is seen through different eyes at different. You know, I see something in football you guys might not see. You two might see something in football each other don't see. That's what's so great about this sport. And I think Jurgen Klopp is like that as well. We might only see a difference when Jurgen Klopp leaves, when we get certain different players. And that might be the time. And this ain't a diss at Jurgen, by the way. If anyone's having go, oh, well, Jamie's dissing you. I love the man. I've never met him, but I love him like my dad. You know what I mean? But you just can't blame one person, in my opinion, when Liverpool is the whole pie, in my opinion. And also, before I go, I've got to say, Luis Suarez is better than Thierry Henry ever was, in my opinion. And I know he's a shit human being, don't get me wrong. But as a footballer, in the last 10 years, when we all talk about Messi and Ronaldo, in my opinion, we're doing a disservice to Suarez. His name should be alongside them. That's my opinion.
I agree with that. I got shot down for that on Twitter, but I agree with that.
Guys, I'm seeing so many of you saying great caller, facts. Jamie's brilliant. He's got a YouTube channel. Jamie Phillips Football Chat. Go and support him. Go and head over there now. The Arsenal fans are calling out the woodwork now. You said that,
bring all the Arsenal fans. Henry, look, when Henry was 32, he went to America to go Disneyland. Suarez went to Barcelona. It's true though. And Suarez went to Barcelona and outscored Messi and Ronaldo in that same year. The man's special. Shit human being, don't get me wrong. As a footballer, I think we took too much at Henry and think that prime Henry at Arsenal and then think, there's nothing can touch it. I don't know why everyone thinks like that. Luis Suarez was different. He's the greatest striker since R9, in my opinion.
I agree with that.
Can't disagree either.
I agree with that. Jamie, love as always, brother. Big up yourself. Big up yourself, man. Big up. Big up.
I appreciate it.
Big up. Yeah, brother. Look, I got a lot of stick for that, but a lot of people don't realize we're talking about careers. We're not talking about the Premier League. It is undoubted that Henry is probably the GOAT of the Premier League, give or take. I don't think anybody argues that. But we're talking about overall careers, and as overall careers, Henry outside of Arsenal, apart from winning the Champions League, let's be real. Like Henry was kind of a passenger in that Barcelona team. It wasn't like he was amazing. And Jamie's right. Once Henry got to 29, 30, he kind of fell off the cliff. But it doesn't get talked about because of how much of a legend he is as a Premier League GOAT in his prime. Henry did fall off a cliff when he got to about 29. Suarez is 34, still winning the league, scoring 15, 20 goals for Atletico. He's at Ajax. He was an absolute dynamite before we bought him. 44 goals in one season he got for Ajax before we bought him. I don't think it's a question over careers. I really don't. Premier League, it's Henry without a shadow of a doubt. Career-wise, I don't even get the argument. I really don't get the argument. Suarez is so clear of Henry for a career, but is what it is, isn't it?
You said you had something you disagreed with Jamie on. What was it, bro?
Well, obviously, the first thing is, as you know, I gave you the fellatio example the other day where I do believe that you
I'm not sorry for you on that, but
hey, I'm intrigued. So
basically, I come off and me and the missus are sitting there watching TV, and like one of her friends watched it, and she was like, "Were you just talking about head on the show?" Like they weren't really me, you know. I was just a part of the show. She's like, how when you're speaking about football? And I was like, I don't even know myself sometimes, babe. She's like, okay, fair enough. She's like, what are you gonna say to your mum if she asks you about it? Gonna need the room, innit?
Just blame Uncle Drift, bro. It's fine. Just blame Uncle Drift. It's cool, bro. It's cool. I'll take the rap. There was the Bellingham. It was something to do with the Bellingham part that Jamie said that
that we won't get Bellingham, or he wants a certain type of player.
No, that's what it is. He does actually love Barella. He actually loves Barella. Like he's actually spoken about it himself. So I know when Jamie was saying he only likes a certain type of player, he does actually love Barella and the type of player Barella is. So I do believe he would push if it was up to him to get Barella in the door. Like I've actually seen quotes from an interview where he was like very
Can I tell you why I disagree?
In very high praise of Barella, should I say?
Shall I tell you who else he loves? Ousmane Dembele. We ain't getting Ousmane, are we?
But do you not believe though that it is down to A, he knows Liverpool can't afford his wages, and B, even him himself probably worries about his injury record, knowing the way he plays and how intense Liverpool play. It's a very big risk bringing in.
There's a bag of players Klopp loves out there, you know. Harry Kane, Messi.
Yeah, but we're talking about players who are realistic. Dembele wants 350 a week, bro. Liverpool aren't paying that.
You honestly think we'd go out and spend 77 mil on Barella?
I think there's a bigger chance of us buying Barella for 77 million because he'd only want 150 in wages than there is to get Dembele on like 350, 400 grand a week and have to pay him 20 mil signing on fee or whatever. I do. I honestly do. I think Jamie's right with the wage structure, and that does really need to change. I think a lot of players are going to be either put off coming to Liverpool or are going to leave like Mane did because we just won't change this stupid structure of you have to perform to get your money.
See, here's the thing. I actually don't think it's a stupid structure. I just think it's too rigid. I think you see Nunes. Nunes' contract should be incentivized because he's coming to the club as a new player. Jota, same thing. New. Mane, Salah, within reason, just give them guaranteed contracts, in my opinion. Especially Salah. Guaranteed contracts. Because if you can't see by now, like for me, I actually think you taking the incentives off Salah's contract would probably make him perform better.
As a team player, especially, because now we know that every week he knew he had to score the goals to earn the money. Maybe that is why. Mate, do you know what? That might have been why him and Mane had that little disagreement. Because maybe deep down they're both thinking, "Are you doing that because you're trying to get your bonus?" Do you know what I mean? You never know, bro. Because I'm not gonna lie, if I know that by the way, Lee Martinelli will be a Liverpool player in the next 2 years, Lee. So you stay there. He's only got 2 years left on his deal, bro. So even if we get him for free, it is what it is. Remember, like if you say you and me are both on, like, to be known, Mane was on 150. They're saying Salah was on 200. Then they're both incentivized, so they can both make well in excess of 300 if they do goals, assists, and appearances and all that crap, right? If you and me are both playing, right, and I'm on 200 grand a week, but I get 50 grand bonus at the end of the month if I score 2 or 3 goals, say, just as a random example, and you see an opportunity where I'm a little bit greedy when you're in like an open thing and I should have passed to you. If I do that 1, 2, 3 times, even as my boy, you might start thinking, just going for that goal bonus. Like, hold on a minute, what's going on here? Like, why isn't he not passing to me? Like, he's going for that goal bonus. And you know what? It could have that tiny little bit of friction that every now and again, maybe, and not just even with them, maybe Bobby was incentivized. Maybe there might be other players in the team. We don't actually know, because obviously Mo only let us know about Mane and Salah. There must be other players in the team that are incentivized. So we have no idea if it maybe caused, you know, a little here or a little there. Maybe that's why Trent spams the crosses in. Maybe he's got incentivized assist bonuses. And like, he's just thinking, look, if I put a ball in the box and someone scores this, I get an extra 10 grand at the end of the week. Like, who knows? I think you're right. I think there comes a point where you've got to just stop the incentivized part. A player has earned his right to be in that position. And then I think if you have 3 good seasons at Liverpool, your next contract should not be incentivized. I think if you've had 3 good seasons, you've proved that you do not need to keep on having this thing over your head of like.
So here's the thing, Drift. If we took away Alisson Becker's clean sheet bonus, do we think he would stop trying as hard in games to keep a clean sheet?
Not at all.
If we took away Virgil's clean sheet bonus, do we think Virgil's going to down tool and say, we're winning 4-0, bun it, just let one in, it ain't going to kill me?
Not at all.
You see those players, you know why they're at the top of the game? Because me and you, Drift, we'll be playing down the park and we're winning 5-0 and we can see the goal. We'll go home and be like, oh, brother, that last goal was annoying, but yeah, we smashed that team. Virgil and Alisson, that's keeping them up at night.
Yeah.
They're not, but we've seen it. How many times have we seen Virgil come off a pitch, we've won the game, and his face looks glum because we conceded late?
Yeah, and 88 minute what do you call it? Consolation goal, yeah.
Mo Salah's on a hat-trick, gets pulled off, face looks like fire. Salah's got 2 goals, didn't get a hat-trick goal, face looks like fire. Mane didn't get his hat-trick goal, face looks like fire. You know why? The same thing people criticize Cristiano Ronaldo about. The mentality is through the roof. We can't comprehend it. We don't have that. There's a certain special type of human being that has that. Hence why they're at the top. They ain't going to down tools. They've proven it so many times.
I know what that feeling of goal scoring feels like, bro. It's a drug like no other. It's a drug like that. Like I can. I mean, I don't know. You must have obviously scored goals, so you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
There is a feeling you get when you score a goal in a competitive game that means something. Yeah. Fuck it. Down at the park, it's a good feeling when you score a goal. But if you're in a competitive game, yeah, the most competitive game I ever played in was the London Cup, and I got a hat trick in the 3rd round. Yeah. And if I'm being completely honest with you, bro, it's probably the best feeling I've ever had in terms of like an achievement, like, you know, like a feeling of I did well and I'm being praised for this. Everybody coming over to me, the thing after the feeling, having my name in the paper, all the stuff, bro. There is something about scoring goals that just, bro, the feeling is just, you can't describe it, bro. You can't describe the feeling of scoring a goal. Everybody's cheering. Your teammates come to celebrate with you. It's weird, bro. All you're doing is putting a level ball into a fishnet. That's it, bro. You can't explain it. You can't explain it, bro. So these men will want to do it even if they're not getting paid. Alan Shearer said it, and I believe him. I would have played football for free. It was just a bonus I was getting paid for this. When you love it, you do it. You get your odd people who you can tell they don't really give a shit. You know, you can tell those people. You see them as professionals, and you can tell it's just a job to them.
Yeah.
But you're right. You can tell the people like Salah, like Ronaldo, they adore football. It's not just a job to them. It's about being great, scoring goals, and loving the game. Look at people like Milner. Milner don't want to quit because he just loves football, bruv.
Do you
He
think
don't
Milner?
want to
Do you
stop,
think
bruv. He
Milner's
just
still playing
loves
for
it.
money? Do we still think Milner? You don't think Milner's all right after 16 years of getting 100 grand plus?
Bruv, he just went down to 50 grand a week. He just went down to 50 grand a week, bro. That proves it's not about the money. He just
Milner
wants
is
to play
comfortable.
football, bro. He just wants to play football.
Boy, let's get the next caller on. Yeah.
Oh, you're asking for it now. Yeah, it's your boy. Team Kop-ish in the building. I know you can see my face and all. I was gonna have the black screen there. But yeah, welcome. You saying, guys? You saying?
What's going on, bro? I'm not gonna lie, that is an impeccable Jay-Z impression, man. It gets me every time.
Man, that's the goat, man. I heard that the whole top 5 conversation, Drake and I can't lie. We discredit Drake a lot. I can't lie. We discredit Drake a lot, but
massively.
Massively. But that's besides my point. I wanna get into this convo because I can't lie. What Jamie and Jerry were saying in regards to Liverpool, I can't lie. I'm on the same vibe, and I've been on the same vibe for a long time. But even like right now I'm very frustrated because I could see where the potential downfall can be. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like if I'm going to put my FSG head on right now, me personally, I think this is the time where we need to cash in on Salah, in my opinion. And it really hurts me to say this. I wouldn't want to do it, but under the structure that we're under as a selling, because ultimately we're a selling club. We're a buy to sell club. And our biggest asset right now that Mane is gone, is Salah. And right now we can realistically get maybe at most 85 mil, close to 100. And that's just to free up transfers for other positions that we can fill in, such as midfield. Like midfield is the problem right now. Big problem. I don't even think we need one midfielder. We need midfielders. We need 2. We need someone who can challenge Fabinho, and we need a 10 that can facilitate the growth for Carvalho and Elliot. And by the way, I don't understand. I would never for the life understand. And if it's true, Elliot being the cover for Salah, he's a 10. He's a straight up 10. There's just, I can't see Elliot on that right hand side. Like, it's not his game. It's never been his game. And you can see it when he was playing midfield, those first 3 games of the season. Chelsea, Leeds before he got injured. Like, the guy has such maturity at his age. He can play, but I feel like we need a solidified 10. Yeah, man, I don't know. And I think the blame has to be on Klopp. Like, it's starting to be now starting to lean towards Klopp now, because I feel like we have the money there. And given that if we date back to when we were finding replacements for Lovren and that, and David Alaba, his name came up, and we heard that we were willing to pay 200k for Alaba. Obviously, he opted for Madrid, but the intention was there from who? FSG. You get what I'm saying? So it's a yin and yang. But I feel like, yeah, I don't know. What's your take?
But we clearly missed out on Alaba because they wouldn't pay what it was going to take, because I think he went for 280, I think, or 300 a week. He got in the end at Madrid, and Liverpool just wouldn't pay that. And in hindsight, Ibu's better than Alaba as a centre back, in my opinion. But so I'm not even that bothered we didn't get Alaba, especially at this stage of his career. But if the intention was there, but you wouldn't pay the money, you can have all the intention in the world, bro. But if you're not going to do what it takes to get the player, then what's the point in having intention?
It's true. I mean, to kind of just, you know, what's the word Cal uses? What's the word? Devil's advocate. Caveat. Devil's advocate. Yeah.
Rebuttal.
I know there's a rebuttal. Just to rebuttal that. Alaba can cover different positions though. Centre mid, left side. Like he's like a Milner in a sense. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I agree with that.
But I don't know what you'll take it. Like, do you think now is the time to? Because I don't know. It doesn't make sense for us, Liverpool, to continue this whole tradition of cashing in on our best players to fund transfers. Like, it doesn't make sense for me. But this is the structure that we're under. So what's your thoughts? Do you think now this is the perfect time for us to just unfortunately cash in on Salah? Because I don't see where we're gonna get funds to go get and sort this midfield problem out. And on top of that, and one thing I'll leave on this note, because I know a lot of us Liverpool fans always panic and say like, oh, we need to find a Salah replacement because he may leave in a free rare turn, this, that, the third. Let me just tell you, because we do this to ourselves so much. We said it when we lost Torres, like, oh, when are we going? When is there a new Fernando Torres? Like, is there a new Suarez? There's only one Mo Salah. You cannot replace, and you can't replace Gerrard. You can't replace Salah. You can't replace any of these players. What you can do is replace the type of player they are. So, like, say Rafinha, I feel like as a player, he can come in and replace Salah as a player. May not necessarily the goals, but the goals can come from Nunes. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, what's your thoughts? Do you think this is the time where FSG need to obviously put the silly structure into work and just cash in on Salah to free up other positions that we can buy? Because this is what we do. Unfortunately, this is what we do.
Yeah, bro, you're gonna be shocked, but what I'll say, bro. But yeah, we'll chop that up now, brother.
What I say as well.
We'll chop that up now, man. Big up yourself as always, bro.
Big up.
You're a star as always, bro.
Big
up. I appreciate that. Love, much love.
In a bit, G. Cool.
Shall I go first, Drift, or do you want to go first?
Rock, paper, scissors.
All right, you ready?
Yeah. You ready?
Yeah.
Whoa.
There you go. All right. So I think now is actually the worst time to try and sell Salah. I think everyone's looking at the money we'd get from Salah and thinks, yeah, that would help us to. But think about it. As things stand right now, without selling Salah, we still need a centre midfielder and a right forward, yeah?
Mm.
If we sell Salah, we'll need a centre midfielder, a right and two right forwards. 85 mil ain't getting us that. So the money we'll get from Salah, yeah, it's decent, but to replace the goals and the assists he gets, because I think people forget he's pretty much our top assist maker every season at the moment. Like, it's not just the goals he scores, it's the goals he creates for others as well. I think now's the worst time to sell. I genuinely do. Because we need the others. We just need the others. And for me, and here's the thing, the whole sell to buy thing as well. And I know I'm going to sound like I'm flip-flopping with FSG. I'm just going to tell you how I feel about it. We are no longer a sell to buy club, as it were. We bought Diaz. Who did we sell to get Diaz in? Now, the difference between being a sell to buy and splashing money is big difference. We're no longer a sell to buy, but we still don't splash money. But we're not sell to buy anymore. We're selling players still because naturally that's what football teams do. We've sold players or let players go. We didn't sell Taki to buy Diaz. We didn't sell Mane to buy Nunes because those players we bought cost more than the players we've sold them. So I don't think we're sell to buy, but we're just not a team that splashes money.
I do agree with you on that one. In terms of you saying that we're not a sell to buy, I do. What I will say is though, we're just tight asses. Then I don't know how like I don't know. Because here's the wickedest, bro. We say we're not sell to buy because there's been a few things that we've done that maybe show evidence that we're not sell to buy, so to speak. But because we're smart people and we do think ahead, what if? And I believe Liverpool knew that Mane was going to leave when we signed Diaz. Genuinely, I don't think you have a player of that level and that importance, and you don't have a very high understanding of what his future is going to be like. I don't. So if you think about the Mane money almost covers Diaz. Diaz was 45 mil. We got 35 mil for Mane. So thereabouts, it almost covers it. And then if you think about the fact that we're going to be getting money from one or two players from before, like Grujic and a couple of other players, and then maybe the tacky money in here and there. We're pretty much covering the Nunes money with the sales that are going to be made this summer as well. So we still haven't really got an outlay, bro, if we're really being honest. Give or take, we're pretty much just falling at green. We're just level, evening up again. So I kind of think we are sell to buy, but we're not at the same time, if that makes sense. Like it's a really weird one. But for me, looking at the future of Liverpool, again, Mane leaving just made me cold-hearted now. Like it really did. And I love Salah. But Salah walking away for free can't happen. It can't happen. I've watched Genie walk away for free. I watched Mane walk away for peanuts. I can't watch Salah walk away for free. So as much as I would love Salah to be here this season and try and help the team, and I want him to sign a new deal. That's what I really want to happen. I want him to sign a new deal. I got to be honest, Cal. 85 mil, if that's all we could get, maybe more if it's PSG or Real Madrid, he might get a little bit. Oh, okay. If they get a little sniff that they could get him, and then maybe they might up the little bit of money. Do you know what I mean? I think he's got to go. And it's really hard for me to say that, but I think for the benefit of the club, because I ask you this, Cal, I've said it before. If we need a midfielder and we need a Salah replacement, but Salah walks away for free and we basically aren't willing to spend money as it is, how do you spend 200 million in one summer to get Bellingham and replace Salah? Where's that money coming from? Because we're Liverpool, we don't do shit like that. So we're saying we'd have to get one or the other. So what we're going to be doing, we're just going to be fast tracking Harvey into being the permanent right forward, or putting Jota out there as a makeshift, or what's going to happen? I don't know, bro. Like Liverpool can't replace Salah and buy Bellingham if Salah goes for free. I can tell you that for a fact, bro. That's never happening. Never, ever, ever, ever happening. Unless we do what Man United did when they lost Ronaldo, when they bought Valencia. We just buy anybody to replace him.
All right, so let me ask you then. Let's say Salah goes this summer for 85 mil. Where do you spend the 85 mil?
I would genuinely go and buy Gnabry and Rafinha. And maybe put a little 10, 15 mil on top. But I think you could get both those players for 50 mil each. Especially the way it looks like Rafinha, the asking price is 50 mil. Or I'd go and get Anthony for about 50 mil as well.
Fair enough. So let's say we did that, how do we afford Bellingham next summer still?
Yeah, but we cross that bridge when we come to it, like we have to anyway. But at least we got money for Salah and we replaced him for the future. So the future is all right. Do you know what I mean?
So, but this is what I mean about not being so. This is why I don't think we're sell to buy, because the level we're at now, unless we can't sell anyone that's going to generate the money to bring in the players that we want anymore. Like, who would we have sold this summer to bring in Tchouaméni, for example?
I don't think we would have bought Nunes if we bought Tchouaméni.
That's a fair point.
Do you know what I mean?
I mean, it's difficult. The reason why I think that the model is slightly changing is because I think Salah and Mane would have been sold a couple of years ago as opposed to letting their contracts run down to a year.
That's the part that I agree with you, but then again, maybe it just don't make no sense. I don't know, bro.
The only thing that we could negate, though, with that is the pandemic happened.
But remember, we came out of the pandemic in profit.
No, I'm talking about the summer of the pandemic. Had that not been a pandemic, we don't know what would have happened with Mane and Salah.
Oh, as in, yeah.
Because that right there,
their
stock would have been higher than it's ever been.
Yeah, facts. And we could have easily maybe seen Real Madrid play 200 mil for Salah or something like that. Yeah, you never know, bro. You never know.
So, yeah. Time will tell. Time will tell. Let's get the next caller in. LFC for days.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you, bro. How you doing,
what's good?
Yeah, you guys good. Yeah, tacky news, not good, fam, not good. Man's been trying to intercept, try to get the TDL to do something about the Monaco deal. Interceptions haven't been working. We just have to call it a loss, but that actually got me thinking about the efforts. I don't know, you man, when you guys get time, I know you man are really busy, but eventually it'd be nice to have a show where a few people just hash it out, about the uncomfortable conversations we gotta have about LFC, a little panel thing or something. But for me, one of the uncomfortable conversations wrestle with is the Klopp thing. You know, FSG are FSG, you can blame them for all you want, but bro, someone's got to be doing the covering as well sometimes to hide some of that. And we have to be honest, like, how many times did Arsenal fans cover for Wenger till it got too late? Now, I'm not saying Klopp is a Wenger, but what I'm saying is when we got Simicast, for example, no one can explain to me where Simicast was what Klopp wanted, so no one can say anything about that. And Simicast clearly could back up Robertson, but he didn't get no game time. I said after Simicast helped us win that final with the penalty, he should have played the remaining games because Robertson was just not on form. It's a different story if Robertson was on form, but he was not on form. Yet we didn't get Robertson any rest through the whole season, even when he wasn't playing well. The only time Klopp ever really subbed Simicast on is like, oh, Robertson's injured. Okay, mate, I'll just throw you in. There's no point. Like, there's no point to this. Like, I don't really get the excuse where, oh, yeah, Klopp only will trust players that he wants. I don't think we can keep using that excuse because you should really and truly, in my opinion, show that the players you have aren't so good if you play them. So see if we played and we rotated and we still ended the season the way we ended it, then I can say, you know what, FSG, like, it is your fault because we have played all the players we could have and they just weren't still good. But when you've burnt out most of the players, unfortunately, that are your main 11 and you go into a final, what's going to happen? You're going to have those. Because actually, look at what City did with Gundogan. Like, I know they've been rotating Gundogan, but you see the rotation there. You bring a Gundogan on, and it's that one special moment that could happen, you know, from a random player who he's just feeding it on a day that changes your season. Because if they didn't bring Gundogan on, if Pep just rested on his laurels on that first 11 and didn't bring a Gundogan, they actually lose the league. They actually lose the league there to us. There's no two ways. But he brings on Gundogan, and here we are. I think it's one of those ones where rotation is one of the ones we kind of need to really look at. And it's all nice to speculate maybe Klopp with this would do this, but we have to actually just take on what we're seeing as it goes on. Klopp is a genius, and no one can say he is not done levels. But we have to say that we can't keep saying someone's not going to change their excuses. I mean, change how they're moving. If we're watching, they have had their players now, and even there we're saying, okay, we're going to get new players, and this might change. It may not. I agree as well. Someone was saying, if Salah doesn't get signed in, you know, we have a big problem because we're going to have to replace him. And then our midfielders are staying for another resuscitation again. We've had those midfielders for too long now. We can't really even replace them. So the biggest problem we have now is we've been doing things a bit too lackadaisical. And you see City, they go in and they do their job because sometimes you have to repair the leaks before you get more leaks. If you don't do that job, that's what happens. Then you've got another leak and another leak. You know, I think what we have to really be realistic on is say that FSG is one problem, but sometimes if I'm at work and I've joined a job for the first time, and the computer's not working and stuff, I can't really complain. I mean, they probably told me the computer's not so good, so I can't complain. But if I'm making profits for that company and I'm their star employee, I should get a bit of leverage to say, okay, if it's still that same situation, I can't compete with the next man at HSBC or whatever. I have to be able to say to the company, hey, look, I can't do my job well. Like, you know, if I feel I'm not being able to achieve what I need to achieve, you know, I have to be able to say to them, look, come on, if I can't get this, then it's making me look bad at this point. If we can't do that, or like, in my opinion, Klopp can't do that, it's a bit of an issue for me because it means he's just happy or he's just accepting it. And we can't really say that he should just accept it because then you get into this, okay, I'm happy with top four. And then you go into this whole drama. But hey, I mean, it is what it is. It's a difficult conversation we're going to have. But as for the next season, I'm hoping that things will do well. You know, there's always football's football. Sometimes it's never logical as we think, but it's a difficult conversation we're gonna have. And anyway, thank you guys for giving me the time. So chill.
Yeah, big up, bro.
Fantastic.
Big up.
Thanks.
Bless you, bro.
Big up.
Be honest, I agree with everything there.
Yeah, I'm getting depressed now, brother. I'm being honest.
No, these are real conversations that have to be spoken about. I agree with everything he said. I do.
So basically, yeah, what we're looking at now then is a situation where we kind of have to not blame as in like start going in on him, but we have to start thinking Klopp's a problem then.
Klopp's not a problem, but he is causing a couple of problems.
But then that kind of makes him the problem, don't it?
No, I wouldn't say so, because how can I put...
If I keep slapping the people that keep knocking on your door and saying, where's Drift? And you keep getting beaten up because I'm not there, but there's Rex because I've been slapping people, effectively, I'm the one bringing the problems.
No, because if you're doing it all the time, you are the problem. But if you do it once or twice, then you're part of the problem. Here's the thing. Klopp, as great as Klopp is, Klopp has his downside, just like Pep. Like, we've seen it. Pep overthinks things sometimes. I do think, and look, here's the difference between Klopp and some others. It's the whole, there's a thin line between loyalty and not doing what needs to be done. And I know he's in the background, so I'm going to pick my words very carefully. This is going to be his 4th season at the club, if I'm not mistaken. Not his 5th. Can't be his 5th. When did he join? He joined 18-19. 18-19, 19-20, 21. Raw.
When the realization hit you, boy.
19-20.
Bro, it's his 5th season. That's why it's on his last year of his contract.
This has been a show of enlightenment for me. I'm not going to lie.
How underwhelming is that, though, when you realize it's been 4 years?
Not even to speak about the player, but it clearly hasn't been working with him. Regardless of his talent and all, it hasn't been working. A lot of managers after 2 or 3 years would have said, look, you're quality, but it's not working for us, and would have said, let's change the personnel. We've waited till his 5th season, where it's now he either performs and we may offer him a new contract, or he doesn't perform and we lose him on a free. That for me is not down on FSG. That's on Klopp.
No, I hear where you're coming from. I still can't believe that I'm going to live in a world where Naby gets a new deal and other players are leaving because, or other players aren't necessarily being signed because we're not willing to, match wages or whatever.
Ox.
I don't know.
Ox could have been sold last year.
Yeah.
He came out and said Ox is world class and also tried to feed us a little bit of a narrative of false 9.
But here's the thing. I didn't have a problem with Ox staying last year because Ox was coming off the back of getting into some form. After the season that's just happened, keeping him this summer makes no sense whatsoever.
The 2021 season, Ox had absolutely no form that season.
I'm sure towards the end of that season, didn't he start playing?
Brother, no.
Did he not?
No. He scored 1 goal, if I remember, in the run into the top 4 race, which was the goal against Burnley, the 3rd goal.
That was the lockdown year, right?
Brother, Ox weren't doing nothing.
Oh, maybe he wasn't.
Then you look at the situation with Robbo, dead on his feet, no Simicast. You look at the situation of not bringing in anyone for Trent. You look at the situation where Genie goes on a free. Like, sorry, this can't just all be on FSG. Like, Klopp's got to hold some of the blame as well.
Genie was on FSG. Klopp begged them to give him a contract.
Not as much as he begged for Henderson, obviously, though.
No, but here's the difference. Because that's what it was, and Jem was saying that. You see what the difference is between Milner and Henderson getting new contracts and the others? is that both those guys stayed on the same wages or got a reduction, whereas everybody else wanted an increase. And that's why it's FSG's fault, because Mane wanted more, Salah wants more, Gini wanted more. FSG are like, you ain't getting more. Henderson stayed on the same, Milner went in the reduction. So it was very easy to give them their contracts. Naby won't ask for more. That's why he'll get one, because he'll stay on the same. So the problem always is, that's why Jamie maybe hit the nail on the head. It's the wages. Every time a player just wants what he's worth or wants more, FSG go no. And then the player leaves. But if Gini accepted that 100 mil contract, 100 grand a week contract that was put down, he would have stayed. But he wanted to be paid what he'd earned. And we said no. It's always about the wages. It's always about the wages. Gini would still be a Liverpool player if he was willing to accept the 100 grand a week. So it's the wages, isn't it? Clearly, it's the wages, bro.
Fair dues. Right, gonna get next caller in. We're probably gonna do maybe 5 more callers.
I mean, you know what? Let's stick to the time and let's get them all in, guys. I know obviously the people who've gone before.
Thank you, like the Undertaker.
Yeah. But to make sure everybody gets on, let's stick to the 2 minutes from now, guys. So yeah, we'll get everyone on, but we will definitely be sticking to the 2 minutes. But what's going on, bro? You literally came in dark, just in the like.
I just heard some. Do you know what it is?
Sorry.
I'm not even mad, bro. I'm not even mad. I'm just disappointed. I ain't mad, bro. Man ain't mad. Now, all jokes aside, I'll say this, and I'm gonna be so honest. All jokes aside, yeah, I think what you said is actually the truth. It is kind of mad that we're Liverpool Football Club, and Naby Keita has had the ups and downs that he's had, and he's still a Liverpool player, and he's got to the point where he's been given so much opportunity, and I'm looking at it thinking, you're in your 5th year. You had your best year, obviously, last year. But was that really enough? Like I said before, I said this before, was it enough for him to get a new deal? If we're really deep in it, and I say really deep in it, and I remember I said something kind of controversial a couple of weeks back. I was like, our midfield needs gutting. I heard, it needs some TLC, bro, because I said this already. We've got 2 world-class players. 2 world-class players, bro. Thiago and Fabinho. The rest are like, they're either good or they're not very good, or they got potential. We need more established players that are reliable, players that when they play, we don't have an issue with it. You see, like ours, you see our defense. Our defense is probably the best it's ever been for years. Whoever plays, we're very comfortable, we're very happy. Obviously, we might do the whole, Virgil's not playing, but we're still happy with what we have, yeah? When we look at our midfield, I generally feel like if Fabinho and Thiago have to play, and then we've always said like, the third man, we kind of don't mind who it is, but it's more likely not going to be Henderson or Naby. But after that, we start scratching our heads and we're thinking, who else is really the guy that we trust? I can't lie to you. As much as I rate Naby Keita, bro, I said this many a times. If we would have signed Tchouaméni and Naby Keita was sacrificed, honestly, as much as I rate Naby Keita, I'll be like, that makes sense. That makes sense. If we was to go and get, I don't know, I'm trying to figure another top midfielder. If we was to sign Jude Bellingham tomorrow and Naby Keita was sold, I wouldn't have a problem with it because we're upgrading, we're improving. I think Klopp, in my opinion, can be a little bit too loyal at times. I can't lie. And while I was trying to get into the show, I heard a few comments. I think it was LFC for Days. He said it as well, like the whole Robertson thing. Like he didn't trust him enough. Like, why didn't you play him enough? It's weird, isn't it? Like, Klopp does have his favoured guys. And there's times when you feel like, bro, go with the players that are in form. He's in form. Like, for example, there was a couple of, like, it might have been the season before. Jota was on form and he didn't play him and he played Firmino instead. No, that's it. It was for the Man City game. Jota was on form leading up to that game. And there was all these headlines about, is he going to play Jota or Firmino? What did he do? He shoehorned him in, as you said, bro. And I was just like, bro, like, pick the man that's in form. Don't pick the guy who's been loyal to you. Pick the guy who's you know what I mean? Confidence is so key in football. And I remember I got laughed at how many seasons. That's it. When we had the defensive crisis, I was getting laughed at when I kept on talking about confidence. Bro, every footballer will tell you the same thing. Look at Salah. Salah had all the confidence in the world before he went to AFCON. he didn't have, obviously he got knocked out the final, confidence was low. He didn't win what was it? He didn't win something as well. There's something else that
No,
he
they
missed out on as well.
didn't qualify. They didn't qualify.
He didn't qualify. He went for a lot and his confidence was so low. Bro, he came back a shattered player. Probably fatigue as well, but like that confidence I think he didn't have really affected him. Whereas Mane was different. Mane went for a different path. Like it's kind of mad still. It's kind of mad.
Bun you, Lee, man.
Man
It's a
said,
coincidence with them wearing black in it.
you know.
Black.
I know.
Well,
I know.
look, you said we need
I've
some
just got
TLC.
in from work. I've just got in from work.
You said we need
so
some TLC, Matt, and you're right. Everybody needs T-Boss. So
I've just
it
got
is
in
what
from
it
work,
is,
Lee.
bro.
You know what I mean? So but
Right,
yeah.
let's get let's call in 2 minutes, yeah, guys. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Cows Netto Army, what are you telling me, bro?
Big up, guys. Big up.
Mr.
I'm
Allen,
actually,
too.
I'm actually kind of surprised, isn't it? I don't understand what all the anger is all about. Tyler Morton's going to become the new backup CDM, man. What's going on? Come on, come on, Drifty, man. You're the same person that sits here all the time telling us that Klopp is the guy that he's always the guy that's always right. FSG are the worst owners. Get them out. They're this and that. And Jurgen
I don't
Klopp
think
cannot
I've
do any
seen
wrong.
either of those three.
Drifty. That's what.
I
That's
don't
what,
think I've seen either of those.
Come on, Drifty. I've seen you the past few weeks. I've listened to you religiously, Klopp.
I'm angry. I'm angry with them, but I don't think I've ever said fully get out. But yeah,
Drifty, I've listened to you religiously, bro. I've heard everything that you've been saying, and you have been making absolute excuses for Jurgen Klopp. Everything is down to Jurgen Klopp. Nothing is down to FSG. The midfield signing is Jurgen Klopp. Why are we not going after a midfielder? The guy wanted Chouameni. We have money for a midfielder. Why are we not going for him? That's Jurgen Klopp's fault. Mohamed Salah backup. Why should FSG sanction a signing of a right winger when he's only going to get minutes in the Carabao Cup and FA Cup? That's an idiotic move? Are we going to sign Rafinha to play FA Cup and League Cup games? Do you think he's going to accept that? What about Anthony? He's a 21-year-old. Doesn't he need a bit of development time? Why would he sign for League Cup and FA Cup games? Come on, guys. You need to be realistic. Is Gnabry going to sign for League Cup and FA Cup games? Salah played 34 games out of 38 in the Premier League last season. Do you think any right winger worth their salt in world football is going to come to play for Liverpool Football Club for 4 Premier League games? It's not possible.
By the way, the 3 he missed was during AFCON.
Thank you. Two of them was Crystal Palace and Brentford, and the rest of them that I'm counting are games that he was on the bench for, like Leicester and Arsenal. I'm counting minutes here, guys. I'm not taking it. I'm counting minutes here. Robert Tsimikas, isn't Tsimikas his club signing? Why has he not been playing that many games? Oh no, because Andrew Robertson is the greatest left back sliced bread. You can't take him out of the team. What about centre backs? Ibrahim Konate is his signing, but how long did it take him to play games? But no, Joe Gomez is the backup right back. Why not? Because he didn't want to sign a right back because he didn't want to get Trent out of the team. Do you know how vexed I am? I'm literally vexed.
I hear you, bro. I hear you, but that is time. That is time, bro. We got to get everyone on.
I would have gone on a rant.
I know you would have, bro. That's the reason why.
He was looking to put in that work. I hear some of your points, though. It's not even like, I think what it is, I think, what I take from what you just said, Kall's-Net around me, yeah, I understand the frustration with Klopp in terms of like some of his man management is very questionable, but sometimes you've also got to flip it as well. Because I heard the other call as well. I think it was LFC for Days. He spoke about Klopp is only sticking with the same players, like, and he hasn't really utilized them.
Could I ask you a question, please?
Yeah, just quickly. Just what I was gonna say though is quickly, this year.
By the way, let's just let Nell quickly ask, and then we'll chop up because obviously we've got to get everyone. Just quickly, bro. Just quickly because the time's up.
Okay. Matt, Kall, and Drifty, I need to ask you this question, and I'm not trying to take the piss. If you were working at a job and you weren't happy with the restraints that your job was putting you under, do you think that would be an idiotic move to sign another extension? Why did Klopp sign an extension? And this is just a statement. If you're FSG out, you're Klopp out as well, because they're one and the same. They're both the same. They're 2 peas in a pod. You can't just signal one of each other out. But that's the question. Would you sign an extension to a job if you knew that you were put under massive pressure? But big up to you guys, isn't it? I'm not going to try to...
Yeah, no, big up yourself, bro. Big up. Mate, I'll obviously jump in the members call and we do next week as well, Nick. You'll get more time on that one, bro.
Facts. I'll definitely jump on it.
Cool. Big up yourself, bro.
Big up.
What I was just going to quickly say before I forget, because I know I'm like, You see the whole thing about obviously because I kind of agree with it, like Klopp only using like certain players and like running people into the ground. However, I still feel like Klopp has players that he doesn't really like. For example, Minamino. Even though Minamino like scored goals and won games, yeah, I still feel like he didn't really trust him, and that's why he didn't really play him. I still feel like Klopp has this thing of like, if I don't really rate you as highly as maybe what it looks like on the outside, I'm just not going to play you. So therefore, yeah, I probably am going to burn people out. Because let's be realistic. When Salah went to AFCON, Oxlade-Chamberlain, I think if I'm not mistaken, like stepped in for a little bit and he done okay in it. But he didn't do something where he got to where Klopp was thinking, right, when Salah comes back, he's going to be in trouble to get his place back. He was just like, yeah, Ox, safe for that. Yeah, you done all right still, but yeah, Salah, you can go back there. I think there's this element of Klopp where he hasn't got the balance right. He needs to find that balance. He needs to actually have the players at his disposal that he fully trusts. Because if you fully trust them, you should be utilizing them. And with the 5-sub rule as well, this will be even more. We will see more from Klopp. I think we'll come to a resolution at the end of this season. 5 subs, a pretty much same size squad. What's Klopp going to do with these five substitutions? It's going to be interesting to see if he utilizes these players. And that's obviously Fabio Carvalho. It seems like he wanted him. He got him. Let's see if he uses him. See if he integrates him in whatever. Ramsey, obviously the right back. Is Ramsey just there to just? Was Ramsey just there because Julian Ward told him to get him because he's one for the future, or does he really believe Ramsey will actually, play games when Trent can be rested? So it's going to be intriguing to see what he does at the end of the season. Well, what happens at the end of the season when we sum it up.
I said that. I think Ibra and Jota are the only players in the squad he fully trusts because those are the only ones who he played regularly. So yeah, I said that a couple of weeks ago. To answer Thingy's question quickly, yeah, I would stay if I enjoyed the people I worked with. Having a boss that you don't like is always horrible if it's ever happened to you. But if you enjoy the other people you work with, you put up with your dickhead boss. It's when the people you work with become people you don't like when you leave your job or you don't like being there. I've been in a place where my manager was an absolute dickhead, but everybody else was so cool and the vibe was there that we just acted like he wasn't a dickhead boss and we just got on with it and made work good for ourselves. So yeah, I would sign an extension if I like the people I worked with.
I wouldn't. I just meet up with them for after work and stuff. If I didn't get up with my boss or I felt like the restraints were too much, I'm out, man.
Remember Klopp's also the second highest paid manager in the league, so it's not like he's getting peanuts. He's getting very handsomely rewarded within his.
No, but I think I hate you.
That's why I say that's why he must be happy then, because Klopp could walk away and become the highest paid manager in world football.
I think Klopp is happy with the regime that he's at. I think, or at least he's happy enough. I think that's another thing, because you can be happy, but could you be happier? Maybe he looks at it and goes, I am happy and I'm cool with what I'm doing at Liverpool. I'm happy. But I think we'll be silly to think that, Klopp having more money at his disposal wouldn't take it. I know some people do say he likes the small squad and whatnot, but let's be realistic, people. He has come out and said things like, Kylian Mbappe, amazing player, but we know we don't. He basically said, like, we can't get those type of players. That's what he actually said. I remember Klopp saying that type of player, we couldn't do that. We just can't do that. So
are we almost saying
to a degree?
Are we almost saying Klopp, not Klopp out, but is that what is the new rhetoric there?
No, I'm not saying Klopp out at all.
No, I'm not saying you. I'm saying in general, like obviously Nettle's army can tell us if we speak to Nettle. Like,
I'm going to be on their neck personally.
But the way Nettle was going in the anger of terms of like Klopp is the issue with the rotation, the squad, the this, the that, the rare. That sounds to me like Klopp's the problem.
I'm not going to speak for Cal's Nettle army. I think he wants him to change as opposed to leave.
But if he doesn't change, which obviously we don't know,
we have to have a conversation.
I think as well, because under Klopp's tenure, we've gone mainly from strength to strength. Other than that, like that glitch season that we have with the centre backs, people do get used to winning, like they do. Like so that feeling of you want winning, like is fine margins. You want to have that all the time. So you're looking for almost like reasons as to why we didn't win the quadruple, why we didn't win this game, why we didn't win that game. Nothing in football is perfect. Like we've got one of the best managers to sit there now and say, "Oh, Klopp out." I think that's for me personally. I'm not going to dispute anybody that says that, but I just don't think that's right because The man's led us for our first Prem in 30 years. He's won us a Champions League. He's brought us some of the best football we've ever seen, some of the best players we've ever seen. And it looks like he's not willing to give up anytime soon. He's up against the juggernaut that he knows that are more financially able than us. We're not poor, but they're just more financially capable. And he's still willing to put up a fight. There's not many managers, in my opinion, that can do that. Under the model that he works with, I don't think there's many managers that can do what Jurgen Klopp does. There probably are others, but there's not many. And we have to be fortunate. Man can't be sitting there and saying...
Yeah, but Matt, according to like what Nell was just saying, the owners would buy players, but what's the point when Klopp won't use them? Klopp's becoming the problem. So really and truthfully, bro, like, because I'm just trying to see where the narrative's going with this conversation.
No, to be fair, Neto's kind of just said, why does everyone make excuses for Klopp, but no one makes excuses for FSG? Which I've kind of said that a few times. Like, we're quick to get on FSG's neck, but when it's
you have to give Klopp some slack
around it.
And rightly so, he's not perfect.
So if this continues, then is it a conversation to say Klopp's not good enough then?
All right, well I'll put it like
this. This is what I don't understand. If what continues...
Not replacing players and having good rotation in the squad.
Not replacing players. So you don't think Klopp replaces players?
No, like Nell said, FSG might buy Rafinha, but then they'll say, well, what's the point in us investing in this player that Klopp won't play? So there's no point. So therefore, technically, it becomes Klopp's fault why FSG don't invest.
Well, on that particular example, yes.
So if it continues to be the problem, we don't have squad players because Klopp won't rotate, then is it Klopp out? Is that what we're going to start doing?
Depends how long it goes on for. I'll put it like this, Drift. Say, for example, you said to me, Cal, I want another console. And I buy your console, but you only play the original console you have. And then next Christmas, you say to me, Cal, I want that new console. Drift, I'm going to go to you, brother, I bought you that console and you did not play it because you continued playing the old one. I'm not buying you another console. I wouldn't be wrong for saying that, bro.
You wouldn't be wrong for saying that, but going under the premise here that I'm your son, it makes you a better dad if, regardless of how often I use it, you get me the latest stuff.
Doesn't make me a better dad at all. It kind of makes me a silly dad, bro.
Look, maybe I'd be a bit spoiled. Maybe it would make me a bit spoiled, but
you ain't getting that from me. Stevie and Robbie ain't getting that from me, bro. I'm just being real. Like,
you're probably the worst person to like me personally. I know what you're saying makes absolute sense. It does. But I will still get my son the new PlayStation, even if he doesn't play with the old one. Bro, I just will because it's Christmas. It's what he wants. No, it is what it is, bro. It is what it is.
I'll buy them something else. Brother, it's like, brother, if I bought my missus a watch, for example, but she just wears her Fitbit all the time. Even if we're going out raving, she's wearing her Fitbit. And then she says, oh, babe, I just saw this really nice watch I want you to get for me. I'm going to be like, babe, that's sweet of you. That's nice. If you want to get that watch with your own money, feel free. But I'm not buying you that watch for it to sit on the dressing table. You got your Fitbit. I can't do it. Like it doesn't make sense.
No, I know. You know, maybe this is I'm the wrong person to talk to about that part because I love giving gifts. So even if it's just for the buzz of the day I gave you, I would do it. But I get the logic behind what you're saying. I do understand. I've done that plenty of time. You've already got 15 pairs of shoes and I'm buying you another pair. Like I just like the buzz I get from seeing how happy you are. You got the gift at the time. So maybe the gift giving analogy is a bit hard for me to understand. But I do know where you're coming from. But at the same time, all right, here's the best way for me to say it. He didn't play that. Actually, do you know what? Mum, forgive me if you ever see this. I'm going to use my mum as an example. My mum always likes to have a backup hairdryer because she's worried if the one she's got will break and she can't do her hair in an emergency. To this day, her backup one has never been needed. But I'm always buying her a hairdryer for Christmas as a backup. Always. Like, just, you know what I mean? Like, well, obviously not everyone, but you know what I mean? Like, over the time. The comfort of her knowing that backup one is there is what it's about. I think at the moment, there's one I bought her 2 years it hasn't been used for because her one's working at the moment. 2 years. So I bought that 2 years ago for at this point, no reason. But she knows in the back of her mind, though, at least it's there if the one she's got breaks. So even if it's not being used, it's there. So that's the best way for me to put an analogy, you know. Maybe if Klopp's not playing him, it's like, this is a mad thing. But if Robertson ever, God forbid, went down, at least Simicast is there. Regardless of whether he's getting played enough or not, at least he's there if need be.
And is that hairdryer as expensive as the one your mum uses every day? Or as good?
No, it's about half the price. Like Simicast was only 13 mil.
But the difference is we're talking about human beings and not electricals, bro.
No,
that
but
hairdryer's not sitting in the cupboard going, I want to.
No, but
then someone plug me in, come on.
But then it's about personalities and having people like Taki, who are kind of all right with being a squad player.
He wasn't, bro. You ain't heard the quotes, have you? Yeah, he's the thing.
Oh, I haven't heard any quotes. I haven't.
The quotes are quite. Yeah. Taki was not happy, you know.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, let's get the next caller in. Jamal, welcome to the show, bro.
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
We hear you, brother.
Yeah, loud and clear, bro. What's going on, man?
Yeah, man, I'm good. The only positive thing I'm gonna say is second place is guaranteed. I don't think Spurs or Chelsea are gonna catch us, but that's the only positive thing I'm gonna say. Guys, the midfield, man. Matt, I'm 100% on your way. Yes, the backup for Salah is important, but that midfield, it needs help, man. It really needs help because we have two world-class midfielders, and I'm putting an asterisk by Thiago. The reason why is because Thiago is getting injured for 15 games minimum next season. And I didn't say maximum, guys. I said minimum. Because, guys, think about this. Our medical staff keep our injury-prone players fit, except Thiago. So it's guaranteed this brother is going to miss more games. Well, 1-year-old Thiago with them knees, he's getting injured. So yeah, so we relying on Fabinho. Now I'm gonna use a tier: world class, almost world class, average, and not good enough. In the world class tier, there's Thiago and Fabinho. Thiago has an asterisk. In the almost world class, that tier is empty. No one's in that tier. In the average tier, Henderson and Keita is in the average tier. And in the not good enough, there's Milner, Ox, and I'm going to say Curtis Jones. The reason I haven't put Fabio Carvalho and Javier Elliott in there is because these guys are mad technical ability. These guys are good, but they're 19 and 18. And with youth comes inconsistency. So we cannot be relying on teenagers. So that we need someone in that almost world-class tier. We need a Nunes. We need, a quality midfielder, man. And I'm sorry, isn't it weird how our fan base just are okay with this writing of the season? Because the talk is we're going to get a midfielder next summer. I mean, guys, we have guys in our prime right now. We have Virgil, Robinson, Trent is so-so, Salah, Fabinho, Thiago. These guys, okay, yeah, I'll just finish up. These guys are in their prime, man. And you know what's the funny thing? we're going to sign a midfielder next summer, and Salah is going to go on a free, and then we'll say, the Jude Bellingham package take up enough money, so we wouldn't have enough money to buy a salary replacement. And then next season, when we buy a salary replacement, Kelleher will say, you know what, I want to play first team football. So we're going to buy a salary replacement and then don't have a number 2 goalkeeper. And it's always going to be one shot every season, man. So that's what I got to say. And we're not buying no more this season, guys. That's it. We're done.
Yeah, big up as always, bro.
Big up.
And my question is, who's going to be number 10? Hey, you guys could chop that up this season. I'll say Diaz. I'll give Diaz personally.
Okay.
Yeah, peace out, guys. Big up,
bro. Big up.
Bless up, bro.
I think Carvalho will be number 10.
You think with that expectation already? I don't know.
I think he'll be rotated between Carvalho, Elliott, and Firmino.
No, I thought. Do you know what? This is.
He'll be given the number 10 shirt.
Number 10. That's what I thought. The number 10.
Oh, who's going to be given the number 10?
Yeah. That's what I said.
Oh, sorry, I didn't actually. I think it'll probably just sit there with nobody.
You think?
Yeah, I don't think we'll get this season.
Yeah, I don't think anyone will get it. I think it will just sit there. Unless, no, actually, yeah, whoever gets the number 10 next year will be because Nunes has got the number 9.
That's what I thought. See, I was quite surprised to see Nunes. What numbers he got? 27.
Rigi's number.
Yeah.
3 plus 7, isn't it?
I thought they might have held off a little bit and maybe seen what's going to happen with obviously because they knew Mane was going, and I thought they might do a little rejig and give potentially Firmino back the 10. Sounds a bit weird though, innit? Because you can't go. Actually, no, Firmino had 11.
No, they know Firmino's leaving, so
Who
they're
had
not going
10
to give
before
him.
Mane? Who had 10 before Mane?
Coutinho, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's that's it. So it's Coutinho and then Mane.
If Firmino was a certified Liverpool player, they would have gone 10 to Bobby and just let the 9 go to Nunes. But because they know Bobby's leaving next year, they're just thinking, let's just let him be 27 for a year and then he can just have 9.
So we're gonna have no number 10, bro.
That's what they're thinking.
No number 10. Number 7 is going to be free next season, or the season after next. Sorry.
Yeah.
See, I think Diaz should have 7, but I won't even get into that.
Yeah, he'll probably get it next year. Yeah, he probably will.
All right, let's get the next caller. Mtar Mizzy.
What's going on, guys?
Bazio Carvalho, I see.
I'm playing the number 10 role.
What's going on, bro?
I'm currently recovering from COVID, so I'll be about a week off. But
I hope you feel better, man.
Always happy to be here. Yeah, always happy to be here. One thought and one question. So, the thought that I have is my take on Messi. He moves to PSG because he has more chance of winning the Ballon d'Or year in, year out, because French football, Ballon d'Or, I think there's a connection. And I think apart from the money, the crypto, shout out to Parisian yesterday. Love the show that you guys had. I think that his agent wants to maintain a good PR with French football. That's how I see. I don't know what you guys think about it. Another question, and the question that I have this week is, so I watched Hustle, the Adam Sandler Netflix, about basketball scout.
I still gotta watch that, you know. Yeah.
I
still gotta watch it.
Yeah. If you're a movie director and you have 3 candidates about football scout, so the football version. So the name that I have in the list is Daniel Craig, Sir Ben Kingsley, and Clive Owen. They all love Liverpool, and the premise is about scouting football talent like Trent. Who would you pick? So that's my question, and happy to hear you guys out.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah, big up, big up.
Yeah, big up. Yeah.
Big up as always, bro. I hope you feel better as well, bro.
Yeah, rest up, bro. Trust me.
Yeah.
Bless, bro. Bless. Right, he didn't even go over the time. See that there, man? Like Tom Izzy, like a G.
I'm just gonna say I'm going Daniel Craig still.
100%.
Craig's my guy. Daniel Craig's my guy.
It has to be. I'm trying to think. Is there anyone else? There's no other Liverpool.
Well, the other options he gave us was
Ben Kingsley and Clive Owen.
Yeah.
No, I was actually trying to think outside the box. Is there anybody else even other than that? I don't think there is though.
Our boy Cleve, Matt. For some reason, he's like he don't like Clive Owen, and then ever since it's like I don't even think he's a bad actor, but I can't help with Cleve just going, I just don't like. I don't know something about him. And every time Clive Owen does a movie, I just think, are you bad? Are you good? I don't know.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think he's that good. I think
Samuel L. Jackson's an honorary Liverpool fan, but he'd be a bit too rugged for it. It wouldn't be a PG.
Man over the balcony and that, and he's like, sign the motherfucking paper. He's perfect,
I just had
bro.
that in my head as
He's
well. The whole
perfect, bro. He's perfect.
That snakes on a plane thing, bro.
No, I'm going Daniel Craig though, straight.
Yeah, he's Daniel Craig, obviously.
And the Messi thing, he might have a point.
It's hard. There's so much corruption around, isn't it? When I saw them cancel it because Lewandowski was going to win it, that kind of said everything I needed to know.
Bro, exactly. That's so.
I still believe that that's one of the biggest travesties in recent football.
It is. Amasi, welcome to the show. Can you hear us? You're on mute.
You're on mute, bro.
Amasi, you there, bro?
Hello?
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
We can hear you, bro.
I'm sorry about that.
No, it's all right, bro. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How about you guys?
Yeah, good, thank you.
No, we're good, man. We're good.
Yeah, I'm chilling. What do you I have some couple questions. It's just for fun. I'm saying that. Do you guys think Mane is one of the biggest players that Bundesliga ever have, like on their prime like that ever signed in Bundesliga? And then I think Salah contract will be dependent on what we're gonna do this summer transfer, because I think he don't want to be finishing like second every season on Man City, because Man City, they might even go invincibles next season, bro, because how they're moving mad. And next year there's like 5 subs, so Guardiola will be playing like crazy. So I think we have to sign midfielders, and I don't want Naby Keita to go, because if Naby Keita go, we sign another midfielder. It's just like, I don't know, nothing changed, because we need to have more depth. So it's good to keep Naby Keita and buy another player so we can have more depth in our team. Because we have like a lot of players that are in their 30s, like Milner, Henderson, and Thiago. They're getting older, so we need more younger players in our team. So that's the questions I have. So.
Great question.
Good question.
And Kyle, I want to hear your top 5 rappers, man.
Top 5 rappers. This generation.
Of this generation. Okay, that'll be interesting.
All right.
Matt, did you watch the draft yesterday?
I didn't. I need to catch up on it, bro.
Oh.
So don't spoil it. I'm gonna look at the draft.
Yeah,
and
I'm not spoil it.
Yeah, don't spoil it. Talk to me about it next week. Yeah.
What's the generation? Give me the starting point, please, bro.
Like right now, like the Drake, like this generation, because you're saying that
he's saying like Drake,
like basically
J. Cole,
last 10, 15 years, I guess. Basically,
I say last 10
Be
years.
in the mud a little bit. I'll give it my best though.
Hello, big up for that, bro. We chopped that up now, bro.
Nice one, bro.
Big up. Oh, look at that. Bang on. Bang on the money.
Is Mane the biggest player Bundesliga signed in their prime? Probably. I know.
I me personally, I'll say it's Robin.
Oh yeah, it's true. Actually, yeah, it could be Robin. Although I think he went there before his prime.
Robin was at Real Madrid
I think he was bang in the middle of his prime. He just finished carrying Real Madrid on his back for like 2 years. He was about 28, 27, 28. I'll probably say Robin literally went by Munich like bang in his prime.
He probably went in his prime, to be fair. Yeah, it probably was. Probably Robin. Actually, what about Ribéry though?
Ribéry was a youngster when he went there. Remember, they got him hot off the block. I think he was only about 23 when he went there, something like that.
I thought it was a little bit older. Maybe you're right.
I could be wrong, but I'm sure Ribéry was kind of young when he went Bayern, weren't he?
I thought it was about 24, 25. Ribéry, maybe.
Maybe. I mean, you were still not really saying his prime yet, though, innit? Like he was still.
Yeah, it's weird.
He was like the hot prospect of that summer, innit? Who's gonna get Ribéry? Like it was kind of
Yeah. To be fair, do you know what's so mad? I was speaking to someone the other day. I spoke about Robin and Ribéry being like the prime examples of like wingers of a certain age, and they didn't diminish, and even when they did, like Bayern Munich made them theoretically retire there, until they got everything out of them. Like they both left in their mid-30s. Yeah. What's so mad is that's how, in my opinion, how I would have wanted Mane and Salah to kind of be go into 100%. Maybe 32, 33. You know, everything they have, then you let them go. And what's so ironic is I said they were on the verge 2 years ago. They could be the new Robin and Ribéry. And what's so mad is Mane is now going to Bayern Munich. A team that actually appreciates you even when you are 30.
Looking up Mane's top 2 or top 3 though in terms of prime player going to the Bundesliga.
They should have been our Robin and Ribéry, climbing from.
Of course they should have, but I said that time ago, bro. 100%.
I personally don't think Salah staying depends on our success next season. I think it depends on whether he gets the terms of the contract he wants.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to get the contract that he wants.
He's not. And then what's going to happen is during the World Cup, the entire Liverpool speculation is going to be who's getting Mo Salah for free because they can talk to him at that point. So it's going to disrupt our season as well.
Agreed. My top 5,
Salah's getting the
I put
bag,
one
you
in.
know.
I put one in order. The rest can kind of fall where they fall. Jay-Z number one. I've also got J. Cole, Kanye, Kendrick, and Drake.
Fair dude. I
That's
think
a good list.
Jay-Z shouldn't even be in there. There's certain people that you just don't even put in the list, but fair enough. Make it easier.
Yeah, but Jay's always going to be, when it comes to rap conversations, Jay's always going to be in a list somewhere, shape, or form. And he's always
He'll always
but
be in everyone's top
at this
five.
point, Jay-Z goes in the Biggie and Tupac category. It just is what it is. Like you just even talk. You know what I mean? He's just in there, and then you talk about everyone else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, agreed. Right, gonna get the next caller. PL.
Right, bro. PL, that picture, bro. Raw, like. I must have had them brownies, bro. Jeez. Had them brownies. I was baked.
You know, I don't even remember where this is from. I was just scrolling when I was backstage off my photos, and I just found this.
We must have been talking about Naby, 100%.
Bro, I must have been upset or disappointed.
Matt was just unimpressed.
Innit? Jeez, bro. I was fully done that day, bro.
What you got, first, Pete?
What's going on, bro? What you got for us, bro?
Because I think I might annoy a few people. I'm gonna be nice to Kal for 5 seconds, and then I'm gonna say what I have to about Salah. And that is, for the first time, I realized, like, Kal, you can actually call it a beard. I think it's time for that point. I think it's the past week or two it's improved a lot.
I'll take it.
But okay, what I'm gonna say about Salah is, you see the way Mane left? Like, it was a bit annoying the way he said something like, I'll tell you more about it after the Champions League, and we kind of knew. But like, that's a small thing, and that's fine. Like, he did no other interviews. He played well in the Champions League final. Unlucky not to get the goal. So when he leaves, I kind of don't mind. He leaves a legend. But Salah, if he leaves next year, or if we sell him this year, that I think will be wrong. I don't really have much time for Salah like that. Like, I think he's kind of trying to play FSG, and he's trying to play the fans. Even in his interview before the Champions League final, when he said, I'll be here next season, I don't think that was directed at the fans. I think that was to FSG saying, you're either going to lose me on a free or give me what I want. So that's what I think about it. And I also think with all these interviews, because I'm going to also ask you guys this, like, with all his interviews saying he was an ex-Liverpool player, and I'm sure he's the one who contacted Michael Richards to say those things about saying, oh, when I was with Salah in the dressing room, he only talked about Liverpool. I'm sure he has something to do with that. And if that is true, he's still getting a pay increase. And I'm sure, like, what I was going to ask you guys is, I know you guys have a job outside Kopish, but if I was to tell you, you get to keep that job and lose all the money from Kopish, like, you gain nothing, but you get Salah's career, you would probably take it being a Liverpool fan. Am I wrong in saying that? So
say that again.
So you get the money from your original job, but whatever money you'd make from Kopish, you don't get. But then you get the enjoyment of playing for Liverpool, as good as Salah is. Like, being a Liverpool
my family, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I was being real.
He's still getting a pay increase. Like, it's not like they're telling him take a pay cut, and then he's saying, like, I think he's just talking too much about the fans and how much he loves us for it to be real. I think he just wants to leave with a good legacy, and I think FSG should increase his contract, but not like, FSG is a massive club. You can't let one player ruin your whole wage structure. Van Dijk didn't do it, and also the amount the fans have, like, given to Salah, it's a lot more than they gave to Mane and any other player. Like, there hasn't been another player that we've whatevered so much to say he's the best player in the world. You can argue Van Dijk, but no one really, even though I thought he was for the one season and maybe two, you don't really do that to defenders. And Salah, every Liverpool fan was there saying he's the best in the world. Like, we gave him all our respect, more than Mane. We kind of put Mane second after him. And I think he's just trying to do us dirty.
We'll chop that up now, bro. Interesting, man. Big up as always, bro.
Yeah, thanks.
Great picture as well, bro. Great picture. Best picture. I don't care.
Yeah,
Legend.
I had to take a break when coming on here after the Champions League final because I just couldn't handle those transfer stories and rumors. I couldn't handle it, so I would just take
Trust me, I know, bro. I take a break in my sleep. That's it.
Yeah, it must be hard for you guys.
No, big up, though, bro. Big up, bro. We chopped up now,
Blessing, bro.
Okay, see you guys.
It's a tough one, but
he makes some very interesting points. I don't know. I think only time will tell whether it. The thing is, I do think there is a Salah agenda out there where they're trying to. If Salah's trying to big up himself to the fans, I think there are definitely sections of the media that are trying to bring him down. That if he were to leave, that it doesn't reflect badly on the club. When so, if Salah leaves on a free, if Salah leaves, it reflects badly on the club.
Yeah,
100%. Although, as I've said before, though, there does come a point where it depends how much they're offering. So, if Liverpool were willing to go up to like 290, 300, and then Mo said no to it, there is a part of me that would start to believe it's greed. Because as we've been through this before, I know he's worth more than that. But if you love the club, as Pete said, that's still a handsome wage. That would say to me, I would rather stay where I'm happy, getting a handsome wage, than be so bothered about getting what everyone else is getting. I risk going somewhere where I don't know if I will be as good, if it will be as good, or whatever the scenario is. So it comes to a point where it's on both. It's on FSG at the moment, but if they offer 300 and Mo still says no, I will start looking at Mo as well.
I hear that. One thing I will say, though, is that I do think just because we're Liverpool and we feel like everyone should love the club, and rightly so, I do feel like sometimes it's a bit disingenuous from us, though, as fans, to be like, but we just got to accept that money. Just take it. We're Liverpool Football Club. If we're offering you X amount of money, this should be good enough for you. Because let's be real, Drift, yeah? You haven't come out once and said Mane went for greed, but there were reports that said Mane wanted near 400 grand a week at Liverpool, and he's getting an average reported 320 at Bayern Munich. Bro, I don't think Mane was greedy at all.
No, 250, bro. He's getting it by him.
No, apparently it's 320. He's getting 320.
I haven't seen that. When he left, I heard the report saying it was 250.
But my whole thing, my whole thing is this: yeah, sometimes it can be the player that's wanting you challenge, and that's hard because you don't know whether that's the truth or not, and sometimes it's financial. But one thing I feel like though is that if it was a money issue with Mane again, like let's say it's a money issue, bro, no one sat here, I don't think, and said Mane's greedy. Bro, Mane's right to go and get the money that he feels that he's worth as a player. As much as he loves Liverpool, he loves Liverpool. You see the interview, he talks about his house and everything that he's still got here. He loves Liverpool, bro. But at the same time, okay, for 20 years, fair enough. At the same time, though, you do get to a point in your career where you go, do you know what? I've sacrificed a lot, like maybe more so than others for the player of my ability. How many years ago Mane was in the Ballon d'Or conversation and could have even been in the Ballon d'Or conversation this year had we won the Champions League, but we know it's going to go straight to Benzema. That is how big of a player Sadio Mane has been, his legacy. So that's why even the whole Salah thing, I don't want to like make one rule for one and one rule for the other. I think it's the same. I think Liverpool as a club should have offered them what they are actually worth. And let's be real, Sadio Mane and Mohamed Salah are at least 300k players. Like at least they just are. They just are. And I kind of understand what you're saying if Liverpool didn't offer that. But at the same time, if Liverpool didn't offer nowhere near that, which is from what I'm hearing, more incentivized again, they're going to go where they feel like, do you know what? As much as we love Liverpool, we also want to be paid like in our profession. We are the best at what we do. Why should it be just because I support Liverpool, I should take a less wage? Why? Because the fans love me. Yes, that's important, but you've also got to think about them as individuals. And that's why it's a tough one, isn't it? Because it's like, it's morals and finances. And do these players really love Liverpool? I think they do, but I also feel like they want to be respected. And FSG's way of respecting the two players is paying them what they're actually worth, and not undercutting them and giving them silly wages like with the Gini Wijnaldum situation and other players that have gone on in the past. It's just food for thought at the end of the day, isn't it? So.
That's what I said, bro. If Liverpool don't offer Salah that, then it's on them. And if they do offer it, that's when the conversation is different. Because as I said, he's on Mane's gone for 250. Now, I truly believe seeing him on 250, that probably means that he actually did want the
I'm
new
gonna
challenge.
check now. Actually, yeah.
I think that means he probably did want the new challenge.
Probably,
but let's just go under the premise that he did ask Liverpool to be paid more. The fact that they weren't willing to offer it is why it's the problem. If they did, and then he said no, I'll say the same. Right, man, just doing a money thing. Like, what's going on? The only reason why there's a little bit of a difference for me, and it's not just because he's my favorite player, why I have a slight difference with Mane when it comes to the money thing, is Mane has so many financial commitments to helping other people that I can understand why he would be looking at money in a different way to other people. Mane has 2,000 people that live in his village, and he gives all of them £70 a week. Every family, £70 a week out of his own pocket. He's also building hospitals, schools, all those kind of things. So therefore, he's thinking more about money for other people, not himself. So
Salah does the same. Salah does the same.
Yeah.
What, gives people in this city money?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He's
I've never
even
seen.
built a hospital. Actually, he recently built a hospital as well. Actually,
Better the footballers do. Like Bellamy.
No, if he does, I didn't know that. But well, there you go then. Well, then that's the reason why Mo wants more money. Then that's the reason why he wants more money.
The way I look at it is like this. Like I think there is this thing of like.
Sorry to cut you. Even if they weren't doing that, what they do with their money is up to them, and like they still just deserve this. They deserve more money than what they were getting. Like when you're the pinnacle of what your job is, you should be compensated fairly. Like,
well, here's the thing: they were being compensated fairly. They just had to work too hard for it. Maybe that's the wrong word, but as Mo said, Salah takes home 400 grand a week because he scores the goals, gets the assists, and does all the stuff that give him his bonuses. The problem is he wants that money without having to work so hard, and FSG are like, no. That's why I have a problem. Why have they not earned the right to get that money regardless because of all the things they've done to this point?
Bro, to put it into real world terms, like you said, it's the commission thing. Like, don't get me wrong, there's people on this planet that in a commission type job and they're happy with it. But at some point they might just go, do you know what? I enjoy the commission team because sometimes I can make a lot of money, but sometimes I just want to get I don't want to have to always rely on me having to do that extra more to make sure I get a certain amount. I just would like to know I've got my basic fee where I can actually sleep at night. Because I'll tell you something for now, them all incentivized contracts, they are good, don't get me wrong. But there will come a time, like it's happened in a man's career or a woman's career, where they're just going to go, I don't want to do incentivized thing no more. I just need to know what I'm going to take so I can plan properly. This incentivized thing is all up and down.
So Matt, when you're sitting on the sofa with an illness, you're not thinking, fucking, I'm not going to get my bonus this week because I haven't worked. I haven't sold.
I'm just going to say that when I worked in a phone shop, I had to leave.
So you've been through it,
in a month, when I worked there if I didn't get ill in a month, I'm good. If I take a week off sick or something happens, or I don't know, a product doesn't, we're out of stock of a product. Remember, that's another thing. Could be out of stock of a product. What happens to my month?
Yeah,
it's true.
See, Virgil was out for a season. Remember that. Nothing to do with him. He won't get no gold clean sheet bonus and all that.
Yeah,
footballer can be out for a season just like that. Bad challenge or whatever.
Yeah. You need to be, that's what I say, you need to be compensated. Like, it's
properly,
mad,
man.
isn't it? These men have put their bodies on the line.
Guaranteed money.
Salah, especially Salah Mane, who are probably the most, if there was ever a percentage, I would say Salah and Mane are probably Klopp's most used players alongside like Trent, Alisson and VVD up until his injury. Those core players are the players that have probably played the most football under Klopp.
All right, let's get the next caller in.
Yeah.
Liverpool 12th man.
What up? What it do?
What's going on, bro?
Yo, let's see how it is. I got some verbal apple juice for Cal and young Stevie, and y'all gonna hold me to 2 minutes. Let's see how it is.
We got the members one next week though, so you can
yeah. I'm gonna definitely come on that one because I'm coming. I make my own batch of apple juice for y'all. Pineapple juice too.
What's good though, bro? What you got for us, bro?
What's going on, bro?
2 words, y'all. Front 5. It's not going to take much to keep Bobby. Let me just say, I'm going to try to rifle all these points, but it's not going to take much to keep Bobby. And with his extension, he's gotten the least attention out of all the front 3. We got on that. He's on the top 5 wages on the club. I get it, but that salary should plateau, if not take a discount. if he wants to maybe extend. No, he's at 150 or 180 or something like that. You put him at if you offer him 160 with a 2-year extension, you might take that just out of loyalty to the club. But yeah, so my point of why I'm on this Bobby tip is because it's the natural transition for him to a 10. And that is our answer. What I said in the comments earlier is the 4-2-3-1. We've played a 4-2-3-1 up to when Coutinho left. Okay. And then after he left, Klopp switched to a 4-3-3. Then if you notice, the low blocks is one of our biggest kryptonites. So if anything, whenever we see Klopp try to adjust or take on those low blocks, what's he do? 4-2-3-1. And we saw that when he won against, we played the Wolves, and first half, we couldn't get anything past them. Second half, night and day difference. It's a big thing, man. Like, I'm so excited because I know that we don't want to compare Nunez to El Nino and blah, 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 but I haven't seen a legitimate number 9 at this club since El Nino, really. So I'm excited to see him pair with Diaz, Jota, Nunez at the 9, have Salah and Bobby. That front 5 or 4, which we're playing, is deadly. And then you go on to say Thiago is our main midfield maestro. You put on Elliott, Ox, Cujo that can come in for subs for Thiago. Then you have Henderson platoon with Fabinho. Great cover, keeps their legs, keeps them healthy. And then you throw in Nabi. And Nabi can platoon either with those two, with Fab or Hendo, or he plays instead of those two players. Look, you go on to Tsimikas Rabo, Matip Kanate, VVD Gomez, Trent Gomez Ramsey, Ali Kelleher. That's a real squad. And to not understand the fact that Klopp can and will do that and has done it already is not realizing what we have been seeing. I've heard people we haven't seen him do this. Yes, we have. Y'all just don't want to recognize it on some 100. Like, Klopp is a genius, and I appreciate the fact that he's at our club, but he is going to bring Bobby at the 10, have Carvalho play his understudy, and you have no better mentor to learn from than Bobby. I'm gonna get it all in, but all the same, I'm gonna come on that members video, yo.
Yeah, no, we look forward to it, bro. You'll have plenty more time in that one, bro. Trust.
Yeah. But I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all.
No, big up, man. We appreciate you,
as
bro.
always,
Bless
bro.
up, bro.
Look, who you made happy, bro.
Exactly. He's gonna come back. It's the truth, y'all. It's the truth. And if anything, he always shows and does it. Don't underestimate Bobby. Never underestimate Bobby. And this is his time to shine. He's gonna be a phoenix again this year. Mark my words.
Yeah. Big up, bro. Big up. I still believe in Bobby as well, real talk.
Same.
But big up, bro. Big up. And obviously, yeah, we'll see you next week, bro.
Yeah, for sure. Trust me.
Bless, bro. Bless.
Take care, bro.
Yeah. I think the only thing I disagree with 12th man is I think Bobby would need to come down more in wages in terms of it being worth it. Like, I want Bobby to retire at Liverpool, but I think he'd have to come into that 115, 120 bracket if he was to extend. I think being in the higher 100 where he is now, I don't think even
he's on 180, you know?
Yeah, he'd need to come down to about 115. And then I'd have no problem if he got a 2 or 3 year deal and he was just a squad player
I think
in and around that type of money. I'll be fine.
I'm scared.
You what, sorry?
It strikes me as someone who has very little or no incentives with such a high salary, though.
Yeah, I'd probably say that. I reckon it's like no bonuses, no nothing. He just gets a flat rate. Probably.
Remember, the reason he got that contract, remember, he was on fire when he kind of got that contract. Like, he was balling out.
He was our top 3 best players when he got that contract. Let's not keep it a buck. He was.
Bobby Firmino is one of Klopp's like favorite players to probably ever work with. Like, ever. Like, when I say ever, like that he's ever coached.
Can I make a statement? And if you lot think I'm wrong, fair enough. We'll argue about it another day. As much as there are players who have been better than Firmino for Liverpool as an individual, like Van Dijk or like Alisson, if you're talking about the impact the players probably had overall, we've got all of that being said, I think Bobby is the most important player to the whole Klopp reign.
I understand where you're going with it, but I have to say no.
Our team can't do what it did and be who we are if he doesn't unselfishly sacrifice himself to be the reason the team can play the way we play.
There's two
In my
people.
my opinion,
I think there's two people. Virgil van Dijk, because we went from being that kind of like all scoring Liverpool to now we can defend. And not only that, Alisson, you don't win nothing without a world-class goalkeeper. We could have Bobby, we could have even had Virgil. But you see what if anybody ever had doubts about Alisson Becker, go look what he done last season. Brother, this guy has the highest save percent ratio. Why? Because he's an absolute machine. And we play this high line because we like to press, as we all know. And there's going to be times when that press don't work and we get caught out. Bro, those two there for me were arguably the two most key pillars of Klopp's regime. Without them two, yeah.
But you can, maybe not as good, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to be silly. But you could have bought an Oblak and a Diaz and maybe still had the outcomes that we've had because they're still quality players. You can't find another Bobby Firmino. It doesn't exist. There's no other Bobby around. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's why I say he's important.
No, but you just replace the players, but we have to go by what's actually happened. So I get what you're saying, because that's like me saying, but I could easily take out
Bobby
Firmino.
allowed us to be who we were.
But bro, that's like me
Bobby
taking out
actually
Firmino
allowed
and
us
putting
to
in
be who we
Lewandowski,
were.
though. You know what I mean? Or Harry
But
Kane.
Lewandowski wouldn't have done it the way Bobby did it. That's what I'm saying. He would have still, Kane wouldn't have, because there would have still been a greediness about them that they would have still wanted to be involved and get goals and do all that stuff. Bobby sacrificed himself to make Liverpool who they were. Bro, I think Kane still gets greedy, bro. Kane still would have wanted the goals and all that stuff.
It's gotta be Kane.
Mate, I don't know who you're talking to. This is freaking like,
Look. Benzema is actually the only one who I would say, do you know what? He probably would have been as selfless as Bobby. Other than that, I don't think there's but Kane would have still wanted the goals, Matt. He would have.
Benzema wouldn't have been.
He would have scored more goals.
All right, so I agree with both of you. I think what Drift is saying, correct me if I'm wrong, Drift, is not necessarily the success of Liverpool, but the style and the ethos of the team.
Yeah,
is
Bobby is the system. We said it for 3 years. Bobby is the system.
Matt, let me land. But in terms of what you're saying with success, Ali and Virgil are the ones that turn the ethos into success.
Bro.
And I agree with that.
Yeah, because in my opinion, again, like, yes, Bobby was the system, kind of still is, but yeah, he was the system. So I understand, yeah, we wouldn't probably play like that same way. However, I do feel like it's slightly easier to replace one man. Sorry, it's a lot harder to replace the two man than the one. So I know what you said, you put in Oblak and Diaz, for example, and like I just picked Kane. I think, like I said before, Virgil van Dijk and Alisson actually changed Liverpool. Like, they changed us. Bobby did. I think Bobby is a key component. I think Van Dijk and Alisson, I don't know, maybe took us over the edge, I would say, because we were always a good team up when Bobby Firmino was there. It's just that when we brought in the world-class centre-back and world-class goalkeeper, then we started cooking. And obviously, you add in Salah into that.
I agree.
Obviously, Mane was already there.
We're forgetting someone really key as well, guys. Fabinho.
Flacco, yeah. No, but
you know
here's
what?
the thing. Remember, as a team, we've got
fine.
We've got so many keys. We've got so many keys to our cogs because the other argument is
there's
Trent.
no wrong answer in my opinion.
There's so many pieces to the but do you not get where I'm coming from? Bobby was the system, and I'll tell you this as well. And I say this to put a smile on Cal's face mainly, but it's even make myself smile. Prime Bobby, and we do the quad. If you could have rolled the year back, if you could have rolled back 3 or 4 years,
17, 18,
and that Bobby plays in the team that we just had, we win the quad.
I said Kung Fu kick Bobby, you know.
Anyway, let's bring in the next caller.
I miss him, man. I miss him.
I'm telling you, that's crazy, man.
That brother, you know, I miss him. I just want to see the ponytail one more time, man. That's all.
You never know, bro. He might. You never know for this season.
Nah,
you
he's
never know,
gone.
bro.
He's not the same, man. He's not the same. I love him though. Same way, man. Big man like Ryan in the building.
You're mute, brother.
You're mute, right? You're mute.
Jersey boy would be telling you off right now, Ryan, for being on mute. Big up Jersey boy as well. It was his birthday yesterday as well. Big up Jersey.
Big up. Happy birthday to Jersey boy, man.
So we're losing Bobby and a free next year too?
It looks that way, bro.
Looks
so. It's not looking good, right? It ain't looking good, bro.
Try my best to not criticize my father, you know, but when your father doing something wrong, you have to call him out on it, man. When it come on to rotating the player them, I think Pep Guardiola has done that best. You know, that's why I'm always go more successful as a City manager than a Liverpool manager. Club between the two of them. I don't think club trust him player them enough, especially because either Curtis and some of the player them. I think even when the season just start out, club just always go full strength, I don't know so we can beat that team there. Rotate 2 or 3 player and freshen up thing, but club, I don't know, man, but this thing where we're looking to give Navigator a contract, it's joke, man. This is no FSG thing, Brechin. It's club. Same thing with Milner. Club. We have enough winners in the team already. We can cope without Milner. But to have Henderson and Milner, Brechin, I'm telling you this from now. Navigator, not good enough, and I'm going to injured. Same thing with Thiago. Thiago probably missed 18 or more game this season. James Milner, oh my God, bro. Him do have the legs, bro. Him do have the legs. Seriously, bro. Him do have the legs. And can you imagine if Thiago and Fabinho are not playing in this Liverpool midfield, what's going to happen? No, bro. Right now, I'm see City are going, brother. Like, I don't even know if I take my money out of my socks right now. I see if I buy them cheese jersey. Seriously. God no, brother. Big man thing. Because at the end of the day, what? I save up all of this money for buy all of the jersey and the money now. Come tell me now, Bridget. We go Champions League final, FA Cup final, Carabao Cup final, Premier League final last day. So what? No money in the kitty? No money in the kitty, brother. Seriously, brother. After having a deep run in a all competition, no money in the kitty for get 1 or 2 more midfielder. But the next thing you can look on it, you know. We are Liverpool fans. We can beat club. But so when the ball game kick off, all of us who say we not compete, we compete. But are we winning the major trophy for them? That's one of the biggest problems. I don't have no doubt in my father to keep the family running. But when him go over the top and buy that place for them, him not going to buy it. He might tell you, say, everything can run. No, seriously, Virgin. No, Klopp is a man. He will definitely run the family good. But to broke the kids back, Jifty would have do it. You understand? He would have do it. But Klopp now go do it, Virgin. And we're going to put so many pressure on Elliot. And one of the things I'm gonna really beat my father still, you know, because at the end of the day, Virgin, this man is a genius, brother. I watch a video where this man transformed the Liverpool midfield. We probably not see it, but I see a different way or want to play. Me, bro, watch a video. Elliot, when them look on a statistic, remember, you know, Liverpool is a club that runs statistic. Them believe in that, you know. And when them say, listen, once a player ready in I'm 28, 29, them are going to move on from him. Them now going to give him that big money. Because remember, you know, them money I look on the statistic and I say, listen, we can't afford to run the risk like Arsenal. You understand? But losing man, I go up on the man thing, but there I go, I see the man take out Bayern Munich player, brother, that hurt my virgin. Not even my woman left me, so that one hurt. That one hurt me the most, brother. Swear to God, virgin. This one, the man hurt me the most, brother. Not him, but just for Jesus Christ, me never see this, Bridging. My wife favorite player, and she said, today she said, man, move on, and them say, what? I say, I'm gone, and she said, the team, I'm gone, a better team, bro. I feel so down, Bridging.
Bro, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you, bro.
But I'm
You
not gonna
know
lie.
that already, bro.
Yeah,
You
when I
know
saw
that
me in the
already,
Bayern
bro.
Munich shirt and I was at work, I'm not gonna lie to you. I just stopped typing, bro. I was just like, it actually. I was always gonna be upset, like when he left. But I'm not gonna lie. This is gonna sound mad, yeah. When I was watching his like the video, like the video of his farewell, bro, I felt so
I ain't
emotional.
seen it. I ain't seen it.
Don't watch it, bro. All I'm gonna say is, bro, it's mad emotional. Like when I say it's emotional, like you got him talking about Liverpool. Even now as I'm talking about it now, bro, I don't want to do it. But yes,
Bro,
it's
the man house look like a sum open at the hills in a Liverpool, brother. The man, you can see, but kind of dodgy the background and look a bit, so you don't really see. But Bridging, man, pray to God, brother. Even when the thing I agree, brother, when me see the man in the Bayern Munich shirt, Bridging, I tell you, say, not even a woman hurt me, say, brother. It hurt me for no say. One of my legend them I go. I said to Jiff tip on Instagram, why our legend them can't ever stick around for whenever we ready for push them off. I say, all right, them not good enough anymore.
yeah.
Can't have our legend them. I don't know, you know, but club, you know, he might keep up with some madness to Bridging. Him not like club can't, I don't know if he can manage a deep squad. I don't know. You understand? I don't know if he can manage a deep squad. See 5 sub. And look at Manchester City right now. The man might go crazy, brother. The man might go crazy, Bridging. Boy, them hard for stop, brother. I'm not gonna tell you, say, cause my buyer finna come on to Liverpool now. When the ball kicking up, no man tell me about me now in the Premier League, you know. Boy, I always have a problem for my stream, brother. Cause from a minute get going in summer, I'm a negative. All when City got 2-0 down against Aston Villa. I say, brother, I have to kick you off of my stream, brother. When you put out in the atmosphere, brother, that you're going to get, brother. All when we there, I lead, brother, the man I tell me, say, we now win the league, brother. Nah, man, Bridging, but yo, I'm going to take a little break, you know, from the YouTube, you know, brother, but I don't know, if I'm coming out of the studio, brother, I feel like I'm there in a hell, brother. Seriously, bro, like, I turn it on, my head start hurt, me everything start. In a hell, brother. God no, brother. Me start sweat more and thing, brother. Oh, man, brother. Please, I beg your club, just sign one more player, brother. And if you not sign, as my dad, I can't go again. So I have to just you have to back the thing, brother. But when the ball kick out, brother, Jersey boy, if I watch, cause I always watch, brother. Nobody come. Start the season, brother. Man, always I go against Liverpool. I feel like sometimes when you put things in the air, brother, it come out, brother. Trust me, brother. When the ball kick, me I back my team 150%, brother. But it's like right now, you can't talk where you talk, Jersey boy. I beg you. All when we got the man them got 2-0 down, Jersey boy. I say we nah win. We nah win. You know when you do a stream, brother, every day, man, I tell you say you nah go win, brother. Every day, Jersey boy, I say we nah win. Anyway, Jersey boy, I love you still, but
guys, you heard it here, man. There's a hell of good things going on over there, so make sure you go and jump and support Ryan, man.
Yeah,
make
man.
sure you jump.
Bro, my son is here now, brother, and the man sitting on the bed and look straight for me. Like he must say, what me now, I don't know. Come tell me I go play football, so I go play football and I flip the brain, brother. You know what I mean?
Yes, brother.
Yeah, man. Big up yourself, bro. Big up as always.
Yeah, man. Big up, brother. Big up.
Yeah. Love, man.
Blessing,
love.
love as always, brother.
Always get jokes with Ryan, man.
Always.
Oh, boy. Right, next caller. Man like John Moore.
Hey, okay, how's you?
Yes, not
What's
too
going
bad,
on, bro?
Thanks
Good,
for
bro.
waiting, man.
Not a problem. Always good to speak to you.
How you been, man?
Not bad. Where's shirt, Kal?
I've had a manic day, bro. Literally, bro. I'm gonna be real. You see how we pushed the stream, but I had to go and get the kids. I got caught in traffic, bro. It's been a mad one today. Like, you go on, you take it.
Alright, guys. One thing in terms of you were talking about Michael Edwards earlier on. Michael Ards already come out and say he's not going to Man United. He's not going to Chelsea. He's taking a year's break, and apparently he has an agreement with a low league French team.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know this still.
Last I read, he was going Chelsea, but what you're saying, I'm happy to hear that. I'm happy to hear that.
Already come out and ruled that out. He's not going to United or he's not going to Chelsea. He's taking a year's break, and from what rumours going about, he's already had an agreement with a low league French team.
Wow.
All right, fair play to him, man. That's what you call loyalty. He's back. He's back to being a Liverpool legend again.
So don't worry about that bullshit. Salah, the contract's done.
What, you think he's going to sign?
It's done.
Oh, what do you know that we don't know, John? What's going on?
The fact that you're so confident is making like I need to hear more.
Make you feel like he spoke to Salah yesterday, blood.
I'll tell you why it's done. Money left, right? Look at Liverpool's social media. The day Money left. Look at the video they put out for Mo Salah.
It was like a Mo Salah special moments or something like that, weren't it?
So they put a video out saying what Mo Salah means to the club and what he means to the fans. And it interviewed all the fans explaining what Mo Salah means to them.
Interesting. Didn't even
Now,
see that.
Manny's left. Mo Salah's going to get Manny's wages.
Interesting.
With bonus on top. He's done.
So when do you think they're going to announce it then?
The last day of the summer.
More likely.
Last day of the summer. I'm
What
telling
are you saying? That's our deadline day signing,
yeah,
isn't it?
bro. Yeah.
But then again, if you look at it, Mo Salah did say he wants to break Liverpool's goal scoring record.
Yeah, he did.
So he's never. All this bullshit, he's leaving, he wants to play for a rival team and all that. It's nonsense.
Oh, I've never believed any of that stuff. I've never believed any of that.
I just
Real
feel...
Madrid or PSG or Bayern Munich, it's one of those teams he'll go to if he leaves Liverpool. He won't go to a Premier League team.
He's not leaving. He's signing a contract and he's retired at Liverpool. If he doesn't retire at Liverpool, he's signing for at least another 4 years. And he'll probably move on to maybe America.
I'm not going to lie, I feel a bit better now.
I hope so. I just need to see him.
Yeah, I just need to see that. Like, I need to see that. See the actual headline and that. But John, if you're right, fair play to you, and I understand why you even think that as well. So,
but just one more thing. Sorry for a go. I don't know if you guys watch Dugout Football.
No,
I haven't seen that personally.
No. He's really a brilliant guy. His channel's amazing. You need to check him out.
Dugout, yeah.
He done a video on it was Liverpool's worst 11. It was a 4-3-3 formation. So it was Liverpool's worst ever 11. But he didn't include like say 7 subs and Liverpool's worst ever manager. So I would like to get would you do that kind of video? So I'd like to get your perspective on what you would put as Liverpool's worst ever 11 in manager and subs. And
we've done an 11, but you know what? We can do that rehashed as well and do the subs and the manager.
The
manager's an easy one.
Yeah, that's easy. The manager. That's the easiest part in it. The manager.
But also, Carl, sorry, did I hear you around say you have L-heads juice in your 5-a-side?
No. Just let me add context to this before this gets out of hand or clipped up in a bad way.
What's this?
No. Wait, Matt.
What?
The question was the snakiest Liverpool 11. Or
it was your Judas 5-a-side.
Oh,
John looked like he's about. Matt looked like he's about to end me as well.
Because I was like, why would DF be in any Liverpool conversation?
It was a Judas 5-a-side. Judas.
Scumbag.
Yeah.
It was a Judas. It was a Judas.
Him and a Tangy would be there as well. Like,
Tangy.
No,
Tangy
yeah.
I just heard hell out tooth. 5 10 and going, I was on a mad one tonight. That orange juice has fucking vodka inside
it. No, I don't got that mad. I've not gone that mad. But
No,
no,
but-
John, I like that idea. We'll do that, man.
Next one. I'd love to see it. So I'd just like to see your take on it and what you would do.
Yeah, no, we can do that, man. We can do that. We can do that. Might even be a member special. I like that idea still.
Justy, when's the members video coming up for your rant on the midfield? Part 2.
Oh, part 2. It'll be next week. Yeah, I'm gonna do one a week, bro. Part 2 will be on Monday or Tuesday.
I love that. I need that video back. I love that one.
Yeah. No, Monday or Tuesday, bro. Don't worry, Monday or Tuesday. That'll be back.
Respect.
Big up Azores, though, bro, man. We'll chop that out now and then. Yeah, man. We'll speak to you next week, Azores, bro.
Big up,
bro.
Big up, bro. Big up. Yeah. That's gonna be. I don't know if that's gonna be a 4-part series, a 6-part series. I'm not sure yet.
Series, you know. He's saying Netflix license, yeah.
Yeah, bro. And I might leave man on a cliffhanger like Stranger Things did. What the fuck?
Dum. You're right. Let's call her Mark.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, Mark. How you doing, bro?
Yeah, long time.
I know, too long, bro. How you
Yeah,
doing?
too long. Yeah, good.
Oh, is this Mark A?
Yeah.
It is.
Hey, long time, bro. Long time,
No
bro.
comment. No, it's horrible.
No, I can't even say that, Mark, because I'm not gonna lie. Where I finished in the league is a disgrace.
I just didn't check. I just thought
It's a disgrace.
Yeah, I'm happy about the Carvalho signing. That I've watched him, good player, very creative. He's got a burst of pace as well. But I've watched him and he's quite demanding, so he wants the ball. So when he comes join us, I want him to keep that trait. Because my worry would be like he comes in, gets a bit nervous, and like he hides from the ball. So as long as he keeps like demanding it, I think that's going to be a good signing. And like he's aiming for like the World Cup squad as well. So
which player do you think hides from the ball?
Carvalho.
No. Which player do you think hides from the ball? You said one of our.
No, we never said that.
Nah, I just said like I don't want him to do that. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said because when such and such plays, he hides from the ball.
Nah.
So that's what I thought you said. So.
And then with the Taki thing, like people have to realize he's got a World Cup, so he's obviously gonna want
I don't blame Taki for
Yeah,
leaving it.
because a lot of fans have been like, "Oh, keep him for another season. It won't harm the club." But you have to look at it from the player's perspective. Like he's got a World Cup, and he's like the talisman for Japan. So yeah,
I think he'll have a brilliant World Cup as well. Me personally,
yeah, something like that. Yeah.
As good as he can playing for Japan.
Yeah, of course. Midfield, obviously, I think we need a midfielder. I think we get one. I feel like it's hope as well, but it would be pure negligence not to get a midfielder. Like it's crying out for one, but we just have to wait and see because the window's not done, so we can't really lose it, if you know what I mean, because the window is still open. But what I would say, I would like a midfielder before pre-season because just getting a full pre-season under Klopp, I think that's beneficial. Like it would help everyone. So that's what I want to happen. Probably won't happen, and we just have to wait and see. Really.
Before we let you go, Mark, you know your football. Who's the midfielder you'd go for?
That's a tough question. I think a lot of people, ideally, I want 2 midfielders. If we're sticking with 4-3-3, we need 2 midfielders, in my opinion. But if we go 4-2-3-1, I think we can get away with 1 if it's box-to-box dynamic. Because I don't think we need another creative player.
Yeah.
So I think it's just a box-to-box dynamic. Someone who's got legs. But I'm just worried about the Thiago and Fab. They're going to get injured. And you've got stuff like a Milner new contract, which I can't get my head around. That one's completely baffling. Like, just because he wins lactate tests, like it's not football. Otherwise, Mo Farah would be a footballer, so I don't get that one. But yeah,
facts, bro.
Yeah.
Tell them again, bro. Bro, it's mad because when I said this, I was getting a lot of stick, and I understand his importance to the squad. But like you said, like if we really want to evolve and we want to move on, we gotta let the likes of James Milner just like
Yeah,
go
nah,
off into the
that's his time to
sunset,
go.
bro. Like, bro,
This is not how
you
you're
know,
gonna
it's like
catch
it's time to let someone go, bro. It's time we should have let him go, but yeah.
Yeah, but I can't say much until the preseason and like see what Klopp does, because he could change up. He could change up tactics, personnel a bit. So I just gotta wait and see. But if we don't get a midfielder, yeah, long day, man.
Yeah, it will be, man.
The title go to City, I think, in my opinion. So
And they just went inside Calvin Phillips today, innit?
yeah, they cover.
But remember that he's back up. He's back up for Rodri.
Rodri.
The thing is, I don't really care what City do as long as we do our job. But we tend to take
Agreed.
shortcuts. That's a problem. So
yeah,
it is what it is, man. Long day.
Yeah, big up yourself, though, bro. Good to hear from you,
Big up
man.
yourself, bro.
Big up,
Trust
bro.
me.
Yeah, all the time.
bless you, bro.
Bless,
Yeah,
bro.
thank
Bless.
you guys. Yeah, but
Love,
Big
bro.
up. Yeah, a lot of people going in on Millie still. I'm not really. I mean, I don't know if you go in the cupboard and there's like loads of spices in there and stuff. You got like the John West tuna at the back. You're like, I don't know when I'm gonna eat that, but like at least it's there. You know what I mean? But like for me personally, I think the bigger issue is why is that big pepper at the front that's gone off? And hold on a minute, what's that? That's puree. But that puree's gone off as well. But yeah, we're just gonna keep it in it. Hey, you
Is the
dash away the one
tuna-
that's gone
Is
off.
the
bro.
tuna still in date though?
Yeah, the tuna's still in date, bro.
Is
The
it?
tuna's still in
Is
date.
it,
I get
bro?
what you're trying to.
The
I get what you're
tuna's
trying to
still in
do.
date, bro.
And I
Is
get what you're
it?
trying
Or-
to do.
or is the date just been-
The
has the
puree,
date just been
the
rubbed off when
puree's
you
gone
get
off,
it?
bro. The pepper's
Johnny,
gone off.
no, Johnny is.
The pepper, the pepper's not spicing the food anymore. It won't give you food poisoning, but it's not spicing the food anymore, bro. You can't taste it.
All right, this is what I'm gonna say. Yeah, James Milner is a great Premier League. In fact, he's a legend of a Premier League. He's a legend, isn't it? And he's also a legend for Liverpool. However, we are in 2022, and if we wanted to, we could still line up as Fabinho, Henderson, and Milner. That does not sit well with me. It just doesn't. There has to come a time when you go, he's done his job, bro. He's done it. Like he's done more than. In fact, he's gone far and beyond. The man went and played right back against Man City because he's that loyal and he didn't give a damn who he's up against.
Yeah, but Matt, do you know how many things would have to happen for Milner to play next season? It would mean 6 other midfielders are injured.
No,
We have
it would
8
mean 6 other midfielders are injured.
Bro. Just quickly.
He'll be
We
the
have about-
first sub for Klopp a lot of games. Watch.
We have like 7 to 8 midfielders. 7 to 8. If I'm not mistaken, I think he was the owner of the contract. His contract expired. Like actually expired, right? His contract expired. Yeah. We're screaming we need a new midfielder, but then we also hear reports that Klopp is happy with the numbers that he has. Wouldn't it have made sense to just be like, do you know what? If the money is there, because a lot of people say the money is there, but we're just not willing to spend it.
It's
You
not.
can
it's
let.
not, it's not.
You can.
The money's not there, bro.
All right, let's just. But what I'm trying to say is this:
Yeah, go.
how
go.
would
Let's
you
get the last
know?
call. Let's get
Yeah,
the
yeah,
last
yeah,
call.
yeah.
I'm going to forget this. So let me just say, if Milner left, we wouldn't have done anything about it. Milner staying has got nothing to do with the midfield next year. I'm just saying, guys. If Milner had left, would have just been one midfielder less. That would have been it. We wouldn't have done anything about it. We wouldn't have bought a replacement. We wouldn't have done anything, guys. Milner staying is not the problem. Ox, Naby staying is the problem because those are players who are further along in the pecking order. I'm telling you. Milner would have just gone and that would have been it.
I think no, but I said the midfield.
That would have been
needs,
it, guys. He would have just gone.
If
and
the
that would have been
midfield
it.
but if the midfield needs gutting, no, I'm not even disagreeing with the whole Naby and Ox thing. I'm not even disagreeing with that, bruv. Got no problems with it. But the midfield needs gutting. If it needs gutting, you need to take out everything in it, like clear it out. Why should James Milner stay there just because he's James Milner? Is it? Let me ask you this question: is James Milner good enough for Liverpool, like to start in, like to be our 4th choice midfielder or 5th choice midfielder?
He's the 8th choice, Matt. He's 8th choice, man.
He's not 8th choice.
We'll see anyway. We won't know till
We'll leave it there.
He's vice captain for a start. He's not 8th choice.
No, but that's different because even Hendo won't start now. I don't think, and he's actually club captain. So
do you know? I think Henderson will start. Who else is going to start ahead of him other than Naby Keita?
Naby, it will be Naby.
No,
it really should be no.
It will be Naby. I think it will be
went to
Naby.
tried and tested. We've seen it. Klopp went to Champions League final.
Only if Naby's out of form or
Champions League
injured.
final.
Champions
Who
League
started?
final.
Biggest game.
Yeah, but remember last season, like at the beginning, he was playing Elliott, and we were all surprised. And if Elliott didn't get that injury, he probably would have kept playing. I don't think he plays Henderson. I think he's going, maybe even Carvalho. I still believe Carvalho is going to be the advanced 8 in our 3 in midfield. I just do. I've just got a
really
feeling.
hope you're right. I just
I've
don't
just
think
got a feeling about it, but
what
we'll
it is,
see.
Klopp's got to know that defensively you're up to the task. That's why I don't think he'll start him there. I think that maybe a season or two where we look at him like that, but not straight away. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, let's get the last guy in, and then we'll go through these super chats.
Bruno.
Well, it's a pleasure being on the show. I'm going to make this short and sweet. I've said this on the football terrace, and I will say it again. We are not Torquay United. We are not Plymouth Argyle, and we are not Kidderminster. Okay? I'm sick and tired of a portion of our fan base acting like we are a small team in flipping Conference South. Right? FSG, this guy, John W. Henry, he has to step up to the plate and get Salah's contract sorted. This is no game now. How many months has he got left on his contract? It's 12 months, right?
Yeah.
12 months. Mane's already left with egg on his face because Mane's left, right? He's gone out the door. Bye-bye. Good night, Vienna. And then he sold Wijnaldum, your boy Wijnaldum. He couldn't be bothered to give him a pay rise. I've said this in the comments on your show, and you've seen the comments. And by the way, I sent you a tweet on your. I'm not sure if you've seen it. It sets a bad precedent, or however you pronounce the word, for future signings. Look at Diaz. Look at your Nunes, for example. If they perform well, look at your Jotas. So if they perform well, what, you're going to just dash them out the door? Is that what's going to happen? So they perform to the highest level. What? They hit the age of 30. Oh, bye-bye. You're not getting a contract, out the door.
Yeah.
Also, another thing, this whole formation thing with Klopp, right? I do agree it does need to be changed. I've seen a lot of the fan base saying that we have to play 4-2-3-1. Not with 5 attackers. Come on. You can't play that formation with 5 attackers. That's impossible. Also, the Harvey Elliott and Carvalho, that is a lot of pressure to put on their shoulders to be back up to Salah. Come on. We also need a midfielder in this team. I've seen the amount of games. Brentford away, we drew 3-3. The game against Chelsea, Tottenham, we beat Tottenham, we win the league. That's a fact. We beat Tottenham at home, the last game, we win the league. That's a fact. There's so many things wrong with this owner. Did you not remember what happened with the Super League? I haven't forgotten that. There was the £77 tickets. There was also, I haven't forgotten, John W. Henry has got a lot of things that he needs to making up to do. He's got making up to do after what he did with the Super League and the Super Six. Remember the Super Six? Oh no, I haven't forgotten about that. They have to step up to the plate. There's no more excuses. We're not Barnet. We're not Kidderminster. We are not Torquay United. We are the second biggest club in England, right? None of this. We can't afford it in Holland because it's too expensive of the coronavirus. The coronavirus, I said it on the football terrace, I'll say it again. The coronavirus, my arse, right? My arse, okay? No, they're stupid. We can't afford him because of the wages, right? If you perform to the highest level, then surely you should be paid the going rate, correct? Or is it just me? Surely you've got to pay Salah the going rate. If you don't, Mane's gone because why? Because they couldn't be bothered to pay him the going rate. And now FSG have been left with egg on their faces because of it. If Salah goes, FSG, big trouble. Big trouble. I'm telling you, what do you guys think about this? Because I'm fuming.
Well, we'll just quickly chop that out now before we round up the show, bro. But I'm glad you got to get that off your chest, and I don't even disagree with much that you said, bro. So big up, man. Big up.
Thank you very much for having me on the show.
Very much.
Like I said, you might want to check. And last thing, check that tweet out, because there was a tweet that I did put on Kopish, where basically about the formation, about how, and as I was saying, right, Elliott as backup to Salah. Come on, the drop off is huge.
Yeah, nah, it is.
No, you're
man.
right.
Well,
You're right.
we'll
You're right.
definitely make sure we go and check that out, bro. And we'll respond to it once we've seen it.
Thank
So
you
big
very
up,
much.
man. No,
Thank
big
you.
up, bro.
It's a pleasure
Big
being
up,
on your
big
show.
up,
Thank
big up, man. Big up.
Thank you. Bye bye, man.
Boy, look, it's an uncomfortable conversation that we're having to start having right here, but
I agree. I just think Klopp should have been mentioned in that conversation as well.
boy, the Salah thing's got to be sorted, man. Like, I hope John is right, and like maybe it's the club's way of trying to put the subliminals out and them little things. If Salah leaves, man, it's just something different in it. We've really got to have a conversation about how unserious we are if Salah goes. We really do. We really do.
Supers. Jamrock says, Drifty, why do we have to replace D9 and Taki's output if you are saying we should bin the domestic cups and play the kids? You only replace output if you take it serious.
But if we did put guys in, then maybe we could go for those cups, though, bro. That's the thing, innit? I'm only saying forget about them because we ain't got the squad.
Ty said if Klopp rotated, we'd have won all four. To an
I
extent,
actually think there's a misconception. I think Klopp did rotate more than people are giving credit for. 12th man is right. There were a lot of times when he did rotate. We did a lot of watch-alongs, but we went, wow, this is a mad starting lineup.
Not in the league and Champions League after Feb.
No, we did, Cal. There were games where we did watch-alongs and went, wow, this is a mad starting lineup. Why is he going with da-da-da and da-da-da and da-da-da and da-da-da? Norwich, Newcastle. There were some games when he did some mad rotating. There were. Just not enough, I guess.
Yeah. Joel says, sup guys, love from Sweden. Been lurking since Banter Show. Mane leaving did not hurt that much until he said he's the biggest Liverpool fan. Facts.
Yeah. A big up as well, bro. Big up.
Shout out to Chris Brack, Mr. Wind Up. Says, my take is Neto and apple juice are crap. That's fact.
That's Chris's wild take.
Yeah. Troy M says, I agree with Abs. We have definitely underachieved, and our transfer activity this year is another example of why. If you Google what edging is,
bro, like
that's our squad building policy.
I would not suggest anybody let's Google put that into your search.
Yeah, beg you don't, please.
Bro.
I can't believe I just read that out as well. I'm in the mud.
You read that out as clear as day, blood.
Troy M says, where will I give Jurgen Klopp some blame? Well, I will give Jurgen Klopp some blame. Is that sometimes I think he's uncomfortable being the favourite. I think he suffers from underdog mentality at times. Agreed.
Because he's had to have been, though, right?
Yeah. Very true. Very true. Sam Matt's Legend says,
Cool. Go.
Yeah. What's your favorite top 5 football adverts? My favorites: Brazil '98 World Cup, Barca Qatar Airways, the Del Piero Adidas '98 World Cup.
That's off the top of my head. Do you know what my favorite one is? Probably. All right, off the top of my head.
Brazil World
Cup. There's the one that's they're in the airport drift, the Brazil one where Roberto Carlos bends.
That's the one. Yeah.
Is that the one? Yeah.
Yeah. That's the one. Yeah.
Do you remember the cage? Remember the football cage one? Remember the 3-on-3 football cage thing?
Yeah.
That's there. I'm trying, but they were very different.
Do you remember the Ian Wright Cantona Port Life?
Yeah.
That advert was big, bro.
Well, that advert was sick.
That advert was sick, bro. Back in the day, that was what you wanted the World Cup for the adverts, bro. The adverts were ill, bro. Back in the day.
Well, I think Nike did the best adverts. Like, even off the top of my head, there's another. Do you remember Cristiano Ronaldo versus Zlatan, where like Zlatan does kickouts with like is it chewing gum? I think it is.
I can't remember. I do know the way you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about, innit? Yeah, but Nike.
You know what? There was a brilliant Puma advert as well. I don't even remember, where all the players were in the building and they were kicking the ball to all the buildings. There was like Anelka, Stoichkov, Etu, It was like all the
yeah,
big Puma stars. I don't know if you remember that one. That was a cool
Yeah,
advert.
yeah, bro. I'm telling you, bro. The advert game back in the day used to be the biggest and the best.
Yeah, yeah.
Johnny
No,
was like you know, with the Super Bowl where you're waiting for like to see what adverts or like ads they're gonna be. That's what it was like with the World Cup. You think, there's gonna be ad, it's gonna be cricket. Next one. People Distress says, Jiff, you missed the £90 super chat opportunity right there. Even the ladies were asking Cal about head.
Oh
what?
yeah.
What's this?
Shit, I totally forgot about that.
What
Pimp.
have I walked
I actually
into? What the
totally
hell is
forgot.
this? What is this?
Yeah,
Bro?
Pimp dared me to try and fit a very should I say after dark word into the into the show.
Because
I totally forgot.
What did Cal say, bro? I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know.
I totally forgot. Yeah, my bad, Pimp. My bad. I totally forgot about it.
Big at yourself, Pimp. Ratty, this is what we're doing. Ratty, bro. After hours, after dark, Kop-ish, you know. Jeez. Mr. Dad said, Jeffy says, if we don't win anything or a cup and Klopp doesn't use the squad reasonably and says Simi leaves next Jan/summer, Klopp needs to walk, in my opinion. I'm fed up.
Raw.
I understand you'd be fed up, but to say you'd want him gone, me personally, I think that's a bit harsh, but I understand the frustration. If Simic, here's the thing though, one thing I will say. Simicast was brought in to be the backup or / rotational person to Robbo. He's never going to play as many games as Robbo. There's always that worry for me that Simicast will want first team football, like just first team football. So we'll see what happens there. Troy M. For those not hitting the like, we're about to intro a Cersei Lannister Walk of Shame segment on Kopish. Shame. You won't actually smash your like button. Guys, you're safe to click it. Do you know what? Shout out to all the people that obviously watch Game of Thrones. You know about the Cersei thing. If you know, you know what that is. Big up.
Yeah, big up, Trey. Yeah, smash the like button, guys. Come on, man. Smash that like button.
Little Man says, LSE for Days says, the Simicast situation was because of Diaz. I actually asked someone who's closer to the situation, having Diaz as the new left winger and inserting Simicast was a risk / balance wise.
Yeah, I guess so. A lot less defensive stability with Diaz not really doing as much.
Because he's not Mane. Mane put in.
Mane did. Yeah. I get. I see the logic. I don't. Simicast isn't bad at defending though.
No, definitely not. Troy M says Matt came in like Nino Brown.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie. Yeah. You know. Remember Nino with the black polo turtleneck.
The turtleneck thing. As you can see,
my brother's keeper.
Listen, I just came straight from work, people. That's why I'm in the black tee, blood. You know the ones there. Simonske says Mane said Klopp didn't want to lose him. It's wages.
Yeah, just like Genie.
We've had that story before. Chin LFC 92 biggest said loyalty to players could be his downfall. It actually could be. That's the thing. You've got to be loyal to your players to a degree, but not loyal through everything. If you feel like if there's something you need to do and make that hard decision, you have to make it. Like you just have to. You know what I mean?
That's because he's a good human being as well, though. People forget that's a part of being a part of life. Like you can't just always be an arsehole. So
no, 100%. I agree. I understand that. John Loriso says Arsenal low-key cooking. Why? Because they sign Hazy. Well, if anyone, let's give it a bit of transfer news for everyone that may not have seen it. Yes, Arsenal are very, very close to signing Gabriel Jesus. If you think they're cooking from that, fair play. But and this is no shit to Arsenal.
They are doing good business.
They're doing good business, but there's a reason why they have to do immaculate business because they are trying to play catch up in it. They've got a lot, and that cohesion thing that they're gonna need is gonna take time. But they are making they're making good signings. I can't even front. They are making good signings. That's a good sign.
If I cut out, it's just my device's battery down. By the way.
Yeah. That's calm. Playing enthusiast X says raw. Cal and Matt just watching that drift pack. I don't even remember what that was even regarding.
Probably when thingy Cal's Neto was trying to say that I was cussing off Klopp, defending Klopp.
Oh yeah. No, do you know what? To be fair, I was just waiting for you to. I was just soaking up, thinking I know you're gonna respond. You have to, but that was.
I didn't even say the things he was saying.
No, I know, I
so-
know. That's true. And the boss says, Countdown Army, don't make me Bernie Mac, you team drifty. James,
It's all
sorry,
love.
Jay.
It's all love, guys. Don't go to war. Don't go to war.
Exactly. Jamie Phillips Football Chat's become a new member. Big up yourself,
Big up, big
Jamie.
up.
As always, Semenske says, if you love the club, you sign the extension equals Klopp. That is facts.
Yeah.
975 Jamrock says, how many of these current players did Jurgen Klopp bring in? He doesn't trust the players that he was in. Hold on, let me read that again. Apologies. How many of these current players did Jurgen Klopp bring in? He doesn't trust the players that were instrumental in bringing in. You only build trust when you play for Jurgen Klopp. I hear that, Jamrock. Here's the thing with Jurgen Klopp and the trust thing. I think he does obviously trust players. Obviously, hence why he plays them. However, I do feel like there's times when he could trust them a bit more, like a Simicast. And correct me if I've read that wrong, Jamrock. Do you know what I mean? If I've deciphered what you just said wrong. Troy M says, I'd flip Neto's question. As fans, would you prefer Klopp to have taken a stand and not signed the extension because of FSG, or Klopp extend as he had, and we blame him for protecting FSG's constraints and structure? That's the thing. Here's the thing.
That's a very good question, you know.
Yeah,
what if Klopp walked away and left us in the lurch with FSG, because we all know it only works because Klopp's here? That's a very good question.
It's a good question, but I think you have to put a little bit of, like, in my opinion, like, reality. I don't think Jurgen Klopp's going to take the fall for us fans, because he still has to think about himself. So therefore, I'm going to look at it as like, and I appreciate what you're saying, Troy, by the way. I'm just going to look at it though as like, he's Jurgen Klopp. He cares about Liverpool, but he also loves himself and his wife. And he's thinking, is this the best place for me? Is this the best place for me to succeed? And he's chosen that. I don't think he would do anything different, in my opinion. Like, I have to just call it what it is. Like, because obviously I get you saying, he imagine if he leaves and he leaves us in the lurch. I just think he's gone with what he feels is right. And for him, this feels right for him. So therefore, I get what people saying when they say like Klopp and FSG go hand in hand. They do, but you also kind of have to decipher, like, they go hand in hand, but there's also parameters. There are parameters. Yes, Klopp works under the model of FSG, but the model that he's working with might not be perfect, but he feels like he's getting the best out of it, and he feels like he can succeed in it. So I don't know. It's kind of mad still. Micah Johnson says, you guys need Gnabry and Barella, then the quad is on. I rate both of them players. I can't even lie. Both of them players are serious. The 1892 Reds podcast. It's my 30th birthday tomorrow, lads. Getting old. Big up yourself, whoever that is from the 1892 podcast.
Yeah, happy birthday, man. Big up,
Happy
big up.
birthday, bro. In fact, you know, I'm gonna
Bro, but it's still got money on it. It's still got money on it. I haven't changed it.
Do you know, I'll just happy birthday, bro. Apologies, we can't play the thing because you still got money in it. We can't do that right now. Money's gone in it.
Yeah, I'm not getting that. That's paid.
Just,
But happy
that's
birthday,
kind of
bro.
weird. Yeah, but happy birthday for tomorrow, brother. Mr. Sinclair says, time suck here, Australia mission show. Callum, big up donating blood. If I'm not mistaken, my Superman, but you're going at Klopp getting me wide if Lex Luthor Henry replaced it with Kryptonite. To be fair, no one was going big at yourself, Mr. Sinclair, by the way, in Australia. I know the time difference is kind of mad. Only very few people, I think, were going at Jurgen Klopp. I think. But what it is, I don't think people want him gone. Even though some people are saying it, I don't think they truly believe that. It's frustration. It's frustration because, let's keep it real, people. Man City are easily a top 5 team in the whole Premier League since it started. They're a top 5, easy. They are a walking juggernaut that this doesn't seem to stop. Every time we feel like we're getting somewhere, they're in our way. Every time we move one place, they take 2 steps. Every time we make 3 steps, they make 4 steps. So therefore, the easy thing to blame is either FSG or Klopp, like things that you're looking for as to what we could correct, right? I just think people want improvement, whether that's recruitment, whether that's decision-making from Klopp, but I don't think people really want Klopp gone. FSG is a different commodity, but I think when it comes to Jurgen Klopp, they either want improvement or, something like that. I don't think it's got nothing to do with Klopp. I think it's more FSG, in my opinion. Beijing, big at yourself, bro. He says, fellas, it will take a long time for me to recover from Mane leaving and the farewell video, man. We need another mid. But Cal, I'm with you, and we have to put Klopp with FSG. Now we can't separate them. Fans talking about that. Big up Kopish and smash that like button. Big up yourself, Beijing Barnes.
Big
Like
up
I said
yourself,
before,
Beijing,
big up
man.
yourself, Beijing. They
Big
do
up,
go
man.
hand in hand, but you can still kind of separate them. Like I said before, Jurgen Klopp is working under a model which his bosses have given him. He's maximizing, in my opinion, the best that he can. Yes, they go hand in hand because it's like saying if Klopp signs that extension, he's saying he's happy with what FSG are doing. Yes, he's happy with the work that he's done. He wants to do more. And maybe this contract extension is I'm giving them another chance because I wanna do more. That's how I'm looking at it. He's looking at it thinking this model I'm in, it ain't perfect, but I can work with it and I'm gonna try and see if I can go one better, and that's win more trophies. That's how I
And
look at it.
I would also say as well that maybe he looked around the world and thought, regardless of whether I'm fully happy with what's going on here, there's nowhere else I'd rather be. So I say to the people who said they would leave their job if they're not happy with their boss, but would you leave if there wasn't really anywhere good to go?
Yeah.
Because you get what I'm saying? Because you've also got to remember that. Where is he going to go when he leaves? That also is something that he would have thought about. So he'd probably rather have restrictions at Liverpool than be somewhere he doesn't actually want to be.
Yeah, I hear that, bro. I hear that. Pimp in Distress says, yeah, Drift, don't watch the Mane farewell video alone. Keep the Samaritans on alert. 5. I shed a tear. It got to me. Bro, I'm not going to lie. Pimp in Distress, it got to me as well, bro. Man was at work here when the news broke that Mane signed for Bayern Munich. And I can't lie to you, bro. Like, I had to fight hard, to not shed like a little tear because it's emotional. Like, I had someone ever got me today. I won't say they are. Big at yourself. Love you, brother. But he had got me for saying, oh, like, you're focusing too much on the past. Like, just think to the future. And I understand where he's coming from. I fully do. But at the same time, you kind of just want to show that appreciation to the players that have served so well and you still feel like they have more to give. In my opinion, yes, Sadio Mane might not necessarily have been a Sadio Mane from 17-18 from 2017 to 2020 as dynamic, but he kind of reinvented himself and he was still a key component to Liverpool Football Club. He is a legend. In my opinion, you hold on to legends until they can't do it anymore. I think Sadio Mane could have done it for another 3 seasons. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I genuinely do think he could have, even in the Premier League.
Especially after reinventing himself.
Bro, exactly. Here's the thing with Liverpool Football Club, and this is why I'm going to speak to the so-called FSG out people. They will probably say to you, Matt, you're right. We could have just brought in Nunes to add because we lost Minamino and we lost Origi. Why not just add? And I fully hear that. And that's where it's a case of this is where we'll have a gripe. I'm not gonna go into the whole FSG thing, but this is where I have a gripe. You keep your legends and then you add. Nunes is 22 years of age. He hasn't got obviously a lot of experience at the highest level. You bring him in. So then when it goes to change over the baton, it's like me giving it to Drift saying, bro, you run with it. That's like Mane saying to Nunes, now you run with it. For me, Mane and Salah's, especially Mane saga, it felt like it was prematurely finished. Like there was more. There could have been more. And that's what hurts, I think, the fan base. I don't think there's one person that can sit here and say they're not going to miss Sadio Mane. That's just me keeping it real. It's not like we're getting rid of a player. We're all just like, oh, I'm so glad he's gone, Yeah, now we can crack on. This is a legend. He changed the way how we played in 2016, and the rest is history. He's given us some of the best moments under this club. And for me, he goes on as a legend. He goes down in the argument of who's the best winger out of him and John Barnes. He's in that conversation. I think he's been sensational for me personally.
Matt, remember, don't forget, there's a section of our fan base that didn't deserve Mane. I'll never forget.
No, I know, but I'm not gonna bigger the negativities, bro. I'm not tonight. This is, I hear that, but I just don't want to do the. I just don't want to do the negativities. But you are right, though.
No, I hear that, but I stood on that Mane Hill defending him till the end of days.
No, brother, I remember you were there.
Everybody
even when I was
running through him, brother. It was actually madness.
I hear you. Beijing Barnes says, Matt, since you went on the show Friday, I called in. Give me your top 5 goals this season. All right, in no order, because that's hard to do. Salah against Man City, Thiago in the Champions League, the grass cutter. Salah versus Watford. What's another sick goal that I was just like, Mane's goal against Man City in the cup semi-final, because I thought that team play was amazing. And one other goal. Yeah, any one of Naby Keita's, we move. Just to rile up the fan base. Terry Milner Silva says, would you like to see the previous badge back on kit? Oh yeah, because we had the
shit! I thought I was wearing it for a minute. I'm not.
Yeah, like the back. Do you know what? I'm not.
I would. I think it does look better when you've got.
It does look better. Although it's not something that I would say like, oh yeah, like, we just got to change it. Like I'm angry, like I'm annoyed. It's one of them things where it's like, yeah, I wouldn't mind going back to that, but I wouldn't lose sleep over it. So no, fair play to you, Terry Milner Silva. But yeah, I think that is all the super chats. And listen,
no, there was one more, bro.
Was there one more, Jeff?
Yeah, I think you accidentally unstarted, but it hadn't been read out.
Oh, where is it? Let me see. Let me scroll back, people. Hold on. Yeah, that was Terry's one. Oh, yeah, here we are. Selection says, something I've seen with Pool fans is they think Klopp can't be criticised. It's all FSG. Drifter, you fall into that category, my friend. Klopp definitely part of the problem, in my opinion. He's too rigid as well.
There was actually another one. That wasn't even the one, so good job you found that one.
Okay, answer that one. Yeah, answer that one for the next one, because I think that's wrong. You're not in that. You criticize Klopp, though,
I'm not saying that Klopp isn't to blame, but it's definitely the owners. It's the owners. Like we let's keep it a buck. If they gave Klopp the option to have every position in the team covered and he has no issues, he would take it. Whether he struggled to rotate for personal reasons, favoritism, that's another conversation we'd have to have at that point. But I do not believe for 1 minute that if you told Klopp he can have 3, 4, 5 players to cover all angles, he would go, nah, I don't want them. I don't think he would. I genuinely don't. And I ask you this: if Tchouaméni had picked Liverpool, and we bought Tchouaméni, what the fuck would we have done? We wouldn't have bought Núñez. If we paid 66 million for Tchouaméni, we wouldn't have bought Núñez. So when Mane left, what would we have done?
Bob, that's a very good question.
Is that Klopp? No, that's the owners.
That's the owners saying we ain't got money for it. Well, knowing that we got money, we ain't got. I don't want to spend more money. That's the owners basically saying I don't want to spend the money, and we could be wrong in Drift, but we're going on things that's happened in the past where that's how we operate. That's how we operate as a club. Big at yourself, 1975 Jamrock. He says, being forced to rotate it, not rotation. You don't wait until your core players is dead on their legs to rotate. You don't burn out your core players, then rotate. 100% Jamrock. You find balance. Like, you have to find balance. Jurgen Klopp does do that. He does burn out players at times. Like, I think when we deep it, Salah's probably the most burnt out player. And I'm wondering whether it's because we don't have anybody of the same playing style on that side. So, like, for example, we haven't got a left-footed right winger who is a little bit potent. Man can't give me players like Harvey Elliott and Blair and them, man. Them man aren't even on the scale yet. Them man are young and they're different type of players. So I agree with you there, Gemma. It's the rotation thing is key. But here's the thing as well. The 5 sub rule is going to be key for Klopp. Because Klopp has, dare I say it, like near enough the same squad. Because we've lost Divock Origi, Minamino, Mane, and we brought in Núñez, Carvalho, and Calvin Ramsey. Now, I'm not doing position for position, but I'm just going numbers-wise. So far, if I'm not mistaken, it's 3-3, right? And Nico Williams could be potentially sold as well. So that could be 4. So it could be 1 less. Klopp has players to rotate near enough in every position, in my opinion. What are you going to say, Drift? Sorry, bro.
No, I was just going to say, and again, guys, we're looking at it from a very Liverpool-based point of view, right? And I get it. But let's keep it a buck. There were players like Walker, Cancelo, De Bruyne, that only injuries stopped them playing. Guardiola
Yeah,
never
facts,
rotated them.
bro. Facts.
Guardiola never rotated them or dropped them. Only injuries meant those guys didn't play. Apart from injuries, those guys played every single week. Like every manager has players that he will play and rinse and whatever. It's not just Klopp. I think that's the only one thing we got to like remember. Like we get annoyed at it because sometimes it can hamper us or affect us. Klopp's not the only manager who does it. Trust me, all the managers do it. So we just pay more attention to us, obviously.
No, agreed. And last but not least, the last super chat I believe of the night is Mr. Sinclair says, "Not sold on the Klopp narrative. There's context, but like it or not, a manager are more likely to take the fall." Yeah, that's true. 25 years LFC fan can only remember Rafa Benitez calling out the owners. Didn't end well. The model needs Klopp. I agree with that. The model does need Klopp. The thing is, what Rafa Benitez done wasn't even wrong, but it got to the point where Rafa kind of had no choice, because I remember Tom Hicks and George Gillette were actually arguing amongst themselves, and it got stupid. And I remember Rafa had to go to Tom Hicks for money to buy Torres and Babel and X, Y, and Z because he couldn't get money off Gillette. That they didn't even see eye to eye. It got to the point where Rafa was just like, I'm just going to say how it is, because Rafa just got fed up at that point. Rafa Benitez, even though I heard someone, if I'm not mistaken, say he's overrated, Rafa Benitez is not overrated. What I would say is Rafa Benitez, if we're talking about like having to work under a model, that was Rafa Benitez. Rafa Benitez came back with glowing scouting reports for David Silva and David Villa, and Liverpool didn't want to pay the money. We tried to get Dani Alves, and we didn't want to stump up the money. There's so many signings that Rafa Benitez tried to get over the line, and he just wasn't given the money to go and get those players. He was very, very unfortunate. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But
that's not even the one as well. There's still one more that I'm trying to find because I remember the name. Yeah, but no, just obviously close out, and I think another one.
Hold on, did you read from East? You see East Henderson? Hold on, did you read that one?
Yeah, I think that's the one. Yeah, I think it's Eastwood. Yeah, that's the one, bro.
All right, so I can see at the top, but I've just got to. Here it is. That's come through now. That's weird. All right, cool. In fact, there's.
Hold on.
They're coming through now, bro. Hold on. It's a bit. Streaming's doing a bit mad because they're coming through now for me. I'm gonna read out these two. If you can find another one, just add it to start. If you can see it.
Yeah.
Troy M says lack of depth will hurt us if we get a few injuries, and we have those players, and we can only really sub 2 players on, and the other can sub 5. I get what he means, like in terms of but then again, I say we can. Off the bench, you can bring on a Jota if he doesn't start, because, for example, you could go Salah, Diaz, and Nunes. From midfield, you could start Henderson, Thiago, and Fabinho. You could bring a Navigator, Curtis. We got options, but what it is, again, they're just not. They're not maybe the best options compared to maybe other teams, or should I just say City? I just think City have more potent options, but we have to wait and see because they could lose some players. They're losing Jesus. They could lose Sterling. I know they've got Haaland and they brought in Alvarez. So let's see what happens when it's all said and done. I think we can make those definitive decisions, people, when the transfer window is done. I think that's when we can kind of be fair on that. Big at yourself, Issa. Love for the super chat, my brother. Appreciate that, bro. What's up, fam? Just getting back to US from Colombia. Was getting love with my Diaz jersey. Big at yourself, Issa, brother. Good seeing y'all, man. Been a minute. Bless up yourself, Eastwood. Bless up.
Yeah, big up,
had a great
Eastwood.
time in Colombia, bro. Trust me.
Yeah, glad you got back safe as well. That's a hell of a journey, still.
Trust. I think.
Yeah, I'm still trying to find it, bro. I can't remember who it was. I think it might have been, big up whoever it was. Apologies, because obviously it was an accidental unstart. And I've scrolled back as far as I can and I can't find it. I mean, if it was read out and I'm just misthinking, then fair enough. But I think we did miss one that accidentally got missed. But apologies.
Yeah. All right, people. Well, if anything, that brings us to the end of the show. Listen, I hope you all enjoyed it. Trust me, as you know, it's Friday Night Vibes. It's the Friday night Kall-In show where you get to have your say. I hope we're able to answer all your questions. And if not, obviously, you still got weeks and weeks and weeks because we'll be here every single Friday. Make sure you tune in as well to the Monday night show. We'll be back for that as well, unless Liverpool sign a player over the weekend, and we'll be back before then. But if that's not the case, like I said, Monday's the day. And check out our member stuff as well. There'll be some stuff on there as well.
Yeah,
and as always,
people, show next week, boys.
Exactly. That's next week. And as always, people, just remember, we are Liverpool. We're one of the best teams in the world currently, form-wise, team-wise, just everything as an institution. I know things might not be going our way, so to speak. Yeah, we got the big old Man City spending money, but just know we're here for the fight. We always will be. They won one competition, we won two. They won the bigger one, but we still won two. Let's go again. We'll see you on Monday, people. Love as always. We're out, people. Love.
Big up. Fuck City. Peace.
Fuck Pep.